to do. So, let's go new game. Oh, that's my old file, I guess. Okay. Now, I want to create my own. Okay, just abilities. Intellect, psych, physique, motoristics. What's my limit here? Okay, cool. Alright. What kind of run do I want to do? I definitely want at least average there. This leads to some fun consequences, so I'm gonna leave that there. Okay, so 4 left. Let's do... I could do average in motoristics, or maybe... Is that the max? Oh. No, that is not the max. What's the max? I don't remember. Genius. Okay, genius is the max. Let's go with the... Yeah. You know what? Sure. Let's... Actually, let's do that. That'll be fun. Okay. Signature skill. The skill will gain a +1 bonus. Additionally, the learning cap for every skill of the same type will be raised by 1. Okay. Logic, encyclopedia, rhetoric, drama, conceptualization, visual calculus. It's been a hot minute. Keep your morale, hunches, and gut feelings. Yeah. Let's do that. Let's do a very empathetic run. Because I'm curious to see how much will change now. The Furies are at home, and in the mirror is their address. Even the clearest water, if deep enough, can drown. I'm wondering how loud that is. I hope it's not too loud. Okay. Again.
There is nothing. Only warm primordial blackness. Your conscious ferments in it. No larger than a single grain of malt. You don't have to do anything anymore. Ever. Never, ever. Never, ever, ever, baby. An inordinate amount of time passes. It is utterly void of struggle. No ex-wives are contained within it.
What was that about the X something?
An awareness creeps up on you. A mass lies hidden in your dead angle, soaking in some lurid acidic sauce. It's bloated and shameful, a ball of meat surrounding you. This is a terrible line of questioning, and it will only lead to more awareness of the meat thing.
No, I want to know about the X something.
Ex-love. Ex-tenderness. It is foolish of you to resurface to the loss.
I have a cat.
Not after all the damage you've suffered to get here. Some of it irreversible. Stay. Sail with me through the abyss of pelagic zone.
Well, I don't really like pain, so let's go, Alonzi.
Alright. Nothing town to fuck all borough.
Look, I am tired of being this type of animal, and who gives a shit?
Not you. Your days of giving a shit and being that type of animal were over.
Don't stop, keep singing, sing me the song of death. Oh my god, wow, yes, wow, it's you. Thanks. Wait, no, I need to belittle myself instead. Don't stop, keep singing, sing me the song of death.
The song of death is sweeter
I think I can actually die this way. I don't remember though. If I just refuse to wake up. Also, let me know if that overlay thing works if you tap on my stream.
A sensation. Like a fly to the ointment.
Oh no, wait, I'm waking
Your
up.
conscience sticks to it. The limbed and headed machine of pain and undignified suffering is firing up again. It wants to walk the desert, hurting, longing, dancing to disco music.
You can take it. You're a champion.
Oh my god, this is so great. So they were not all voiced before. I would have had to read all this. I'm so excited to not have to read all of this because there's like over 1 million word count. Mother help me, there's a head attached to my neck and I'm in it.
The stench of liquor rises from your mouth. Annoyed an ungodly headache.
Oh, that's ironic. Help someone cut my head off. It's trying to murder the rest of me.
A streak penetrates your skull, trying to force your eyes open. It's a sound, a clarion call from hell.
Somehow, you know what it is. A Caprice Canadian motor carriage.
And there I am, in all my drunken wonder. Hopefully I don't have a heart attack from trying to get this tie off the ceiling fan this time. Let's go take some stuff.
You hear a jingle. Keys are clinking in the pocket of your flare-cut pants. It says, whirling in rags, on the aluminium keyring. There is a single key on the ring. The number 1 is etched on it. It should open the door.
Cool. Let's see, where else is my other shit? My jacket? Is there a shirt somewhere? Oh, there's my shirt. You see bottles in the bathtub, wine, beer, and sweet liqueurs.
A mirror hangs above a bent and broken sink. In a fierce discharge of masculine energy, someone has ripped half the faucet off. Was this not the same Elon that founds empires and lays waste to cities, virile, uncaring towards the little things? Probably not, no.
Also, so these rolls, it's quite literally is rolling like a D&D thing. Like the
Hot
entire
water
game is like
sprays
that.
from the faucet's base, and steam covers the mirror. You cannot see yourself, just the vague impression of a man. Suddenly, you realize you have no memory of the face that awaits you there, underneath the soft vapor.
Really, nothing.
Really, all recollection of the person you are, the people in your life, and even the world you're in, has drowned in a sea of blood alcohol. This was no mere night of drinking. It was a deluge of world-ending proportions.
I blacked out so hard I don't remember anything. Cool.
As you slowly reach your hand towards the surface of the mirror. Abort. You clearly have not thought this through. You won't like what you see there, and you will never unbecome it.
I don't care.
Behold,
My face.
you have no idea who this thing is, do you?
It's the face of a late-stage alcoholic.
late. You clearly have rigor mortis on your face. Or wait, is that an expression? Are you trying to make an expression with that face? Why?
I have no idea. Hey Raven, how you doing? I have no idea why it's there. It just
Please
is.
stop. It's horrible. You're scaring yourself. Oh my god. You can't stop.
I'm good. How are you? I'm
It's like
good.
it's not even
I'm
voluntary
chilling,
anymore.
playing Disco
You've
Elysium.
worn that grin into your face and now it won't come off.
So they just re-released it. It's called the Final Cut. It has the entire game voice acted now. So all of this was not voiced before. They added all of this in, which is wonderful because it's over 1 million word count for the game, and I did not want to read all of that. But they also added in like more endings and more options and stuff, so I'm really like excited to actually play this. And I think there's like an option for people to vote on stuff, so I'm kind of
What does it
excited.
even mean? What is the emotion you're trying to convey?
But how are you? I think it's supposed to look suggestive. I'm afraid it's meant for the
Please
ladies.
promise yourself you are not going to try it on any of the ladies. Whatever happens.
I promise.
You liar. You can't even tell the truth to yourself. Go ahead. Try something.
Let's see. Very low. But I might be able to get that. No, damage has been done. It's fine. You are fine. Absolutely gorgeous, as a matter of fact. Let's try it.
It
Ooh,
belongs in
nice.
the new, the third decade of the current century. Enough time had passed from the failure of the revolution that, for a fleeting moment, free market economy seemed like
I will
the
not
ultimate,
stop.
uncontested way of life for our species.
Okay.
Things were good. It was smooth sailing. People made gold and champagne-tinted interiors and facades to suit the times, calling this the new style. But more importantly, disco.
Ryan, you're also fucking gorgeous and I love you. Ryan is bullying Tisk Tisk, and here I just polished the pedestal I had you on. Ryan is absolutely a bully, but that's also why we love him.
Your city,
So, but how you
that
doing,
meant
Ghosty?
only one
Having a good
thing.
night?
Guillaume Lamillion.
Like, for a brief moment, whenever I see you, I'm like, wow, do I like girls? And then it passes, but that still happens. Wow, Ryan. Tell us how you really feel. Ow, Soleil. Stop. Ow. Okay. She clawed my leg. And I don't know why. She's been, like, complaining to sit on my lap literally the entire night. He always bullies me. I don't know why. I just complimenting you. So, like, clearly you're talking to Nell. That's an absolute lie. But, no, he's like that schoolyard bully that, like, has to pull on the girl's pigtails. Like, that's Ryan in a nutshell. You mermaid goddess. Yeah, lots of Animal Crossing while I wait on Husbando to finally play Final Fantasy with me. Oh, Final Fantasy 14, right?
If it doesn't rhyme, you're not pronouncing it right. Out of the dazzling swirl of disco music, in an open air, Boîte de Nuit, somewhere in Revachol West, Guillaume's blonde mane appeared on the screen. He sang some bullshit. Then he made the expression.
I feel the need to add a clicking sound on to make it.
The click is used to spur on a horse. It also features heavily in Guillaume Lamillion's regional mega hit, Don't Worry, Your Pretty Little Head.
God among mortals. Please don't give him, like, a bigger ego than he already has.
Everyone loved it. Maybe you thought
Don't,
some of the
please don't.
stardust would rub off on you. Maybe it did.
Yep, 14.
Either way,
There's a
it's
patch
all
coming in a
gone
few
now.
weeks, and he's off from
Only
work
the
for patch
coolest
day, so it's the
remains.
first time in a long time. I'm forcing him to hang out with me for patch day, but he also has to get used to the game again. Okay, so he's already, like, played it before. It's just been a hot minute. With my power, I proclaim nap time. Do you mean bedtime? Are you going to bed at, like, 9 o'clock at night?
I will soon, but I'm going to stay up and watch for a while.
Okay.
You have some understanding of the near history of disco. The rest is darkness.
Using your
Aside from
powers
the
for
useless
good.
fact that the motor carriage outside was a caprice Ganema. Some 20-odd years.
Fun.
There is a vast ocean of time between right now and the expression. Looking good on you, or anyone. Humanity has run aground in that time. It's a different world now. The expression is a relic. It doesn't have to be. You can swoon over Guillaume and his champagne-corked smile whenever you want to. Maybe some of the stardust will return.
That's impossible, so I won't attempt that for now. I try. Let's see. Thought cabinet. -1 lot. Temporary research bonus, -1 logic, head in the clouds. Whatever happens to this guy. I don't want to internalize that right now. Let's see. I've got my jacket, shirt, flare-cut trousers. Yeah, the children will not be able to speak until they pass the age of 18, maybe 40, depending on the child. Also, yes. So you would be mute, is what you're telling me right now. You wouldn't be able to speak yourself. Okay, let's see if I
This
can't
vent
get this
has
without
two
having a heart
chamber
attack.
switches. One ends in a tiny fan.
Do you know how much better the world would
another in
be?
a light bulb.
It'd certainly be
A
interesting.
truly horrific necktie has somehow attached
Okay.
itself to one
So
of
when
the
I
legs.
say let's not kill myself, I'm quite literally not kidding. The first time I played this game, I reached up for the ceiling fan, tried to grab my necktie, and had a heart attack and died and had to redo all of this. So
Or,
actually
has it
wish me
been
luck. I'm
designed
not
there
kidding.
As punishment? You feel as though this creature is your friend and wants to reattach
Oh,
itself
God.
to your neck so that you may continue your adventures together in this strange world.
Okay, what we're actually gonna do is I'm gonna say, fuck. How do I? What are my options here? How do I quick save? Fuck. Controls. Okay. Where's all right? F5. Okay. So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna quick save. Hope this works. I don't know if that did. Cool.
You reach
Oh,
out
no.
to grab the tie.
Oh,
but
no.
with This
Fuck.
diffuse, radiating chest pain.
God damn it.
Doom comes over you.
I should have just left the tie. I have like 1 health.
You feel something in your chest.
Fuck.
An unnatural pressure.
I didn't mean
It's
this.
spreading to your left arm. Your
So I'm
jaw.
guessing this is bad.
Very, very bad.
Fuck.
This is the end. Bad. All you feel is pain
Yep.
and weakness. You have to
God damn it.
surrender now. We all do. It gets so dark. You don't even see her face. Like you always thought you would. You only see pain and fear.
Cop suffers final heart attack.
Cop suffers final heart
Whoops.
attack. A detective lieutenant of the
Okay.
RCM passed
Wow.
away yesterday. His death, though abrupt, did
Oh
not
look, you died. I know I did. Okay. Let's try that again. Okay. So admittedly, this right here is why I had the heart attack. So there's that sass. Yep. However, I find higher attributes find her more interesting, like, shit being said. So I'm gonna do basically the same thing I did before. Quick save before I grab that tie, and probably save scum a bit. Because it's gonna be very quickly me speeding through this section right now. Okay. Ryan is like 50% sass, 50% spite. So,
Never any noise.
alright, this is gonna be very annoying. I apologize about this, guys.
Creeps up on you.
2,
Excellent.
1.
Alright. Nothing sounds of not
What did I
you.
do?
The
1.
song of death like a
Continue.
fly.
You
Yep.
can take it. You're a
That.
Stench of liquor rises from your
1.
fiery
Continue. Open your eyes. Okay. I literally did all of the choices I did before. So. Let's try this again. Maybe I should find my shoes before I try and get my tie. That might help. Grab my pants.
You hear a jingle.
Okay, I did
It
that
says,
already. Let's grab my jacket. Let's grab my shirt. I checked that. Okay. What we're gonna do. Tab to highlight. Oh, okay, okay, there's my shoe. Or one of my shoes. Take. Pretty sure I walk around with one shoe now, yeah. Okay. Let's see. Magnum-sized bottle of Commodore Red is empty. Looks like someone tore out the tape while the song was playing. This reel-to-reel tape player is still on, rolling empty. Okay. I don't know if I'll be able to do this again, but we'll certainly try. F5. Thank you, Irritable Man. I was gonna do that just before I grabbed the tie, so... But I can definitely do it here, too.
A mirror hangs.
Okay.
Was this probably
Very
hot
quickly,
water?
just
Suddenly,
go through.
You realize you have
Really nothing.
Or
Wipe the
as you
mirror.
abort. You clearly have not thought this through.
Don't care.
You have no idea who this thing
It's
is.
the face of a late-stage alcoholic. Also, both of you are absolutely perfect, never change. Why are you talking about yourself? You're absolutely perfect.
Too late. You clearly have rigor mortis on your face. Oh, please stop.
That...
This-
Okay.
Oh my, what does
I
it
can't
even
stop.
mean? What is the emotion you're trying to convey?
That one
Please
is one I
promise
picked.
yourself you
That-
liar.
Okay.
You can't even tell the truth like the rest of you.
Oh well,
It
that's
comes
fine.
from a bad place somewhere in the past. That's all you
No,
know.
well, that's
for
fine.
now.
I'll check that again later. I don't know that this time, but that's fine. Okay, now's the part where I'll actually probably say scum, because I do want to actually grab my fucking tie.
This fan has two
It might
claws.
also help if I
because the blades
turn on-
squeak
pull on the
to a
fan.
halt.
That probably helps.
Easier to release the tie down.
I'm such an idiot. Okay. Plays the game for the first time, dies, talks about it, dies again. I know, alright? I probably also should have turned off the fan.
You swoop up and catch the tie. Snap. It's released from the blade. Warning, warning. The necktie is no longer contained. What you have in your hand is a fantastically colorful tie with 4 or 5 different patterns. The knot reminds you of a noose. If it's your friend, why was it up there? Who ties their friend to a ceiling fan? Maybe this thing is dangerous somehow.
The accents for this game. The accents.
An ominous, foreboding feeling fills you as you look at the tie.
I'm not going to turn on the light bulbs yet. Okay. Inland Empire. Horrific necktie. The necktie is adorned with a garish pattern, disturbingly vivid. Somehow you feel as if it would be wrong to ever take it off. It's your friend now. You'll betray it if you change for some boring scarf. Well, it sucks to be you, because I'm definitely going to find a boring scarf later. Okay. Let's go outside the door. Speak to me forever. Oh no, it's so good. I love this so much. Close the door. I think my shoe is somewhere around here. There's something on the table. Money. Yeah. I think it was out here, because I threw it through the fucking window. In my drunken rage, apparently. Okay. What's that? The smell of the sea makes you dizzy. Take. And now I have both shoes. Composure, but no savoir-faire. Okay.
There they both are. 2 identical shoes, both copiously green and indiscriminately snakeskin, reunited on your feet, like 2 baby crocodiles. Good, they're balanced. Comfy. Feels like the only good thing about you right now, truth be told.
Fun. Also, tasks, Monday, hidden map. Cool. Let's go down this way. Oh yeah, that's right, I can run. So this game's also really weird because time doesn't pass while you're walking around. It'll only pass if you're talking to somebody. So... Okay. Let's see.
Hello, officer.
Calendar says March, the year is 51.
The young woman raises a cigarette to her lips.
Classy. Miss Orange Disco Dancer.
A silver jumpsuit falls off her like scale armor, sparkling. This is the sparkle of too many nights out on the city.
Let's go with that.
No.
She seems perplexed by your question.
There's only one solution to this. You're a businessman.
Then why did you call me an
you're
officer?
a police officer, sir.
You're shitting
I'm
me.
not. Unless you've been shitting us all this time.
All this
You've
time?
been here for 3 days. On official police business, no less.
What
I
business
couldn't
is that?
say. In truth, so far, mostly drinking.
Sounds about
You
right.
have no doubt about the drinking. But do you strike yourself as a type-rated drunk? She must have heard something.
Who in their right mind would let me be an
Don't
officer
be
of
so
the law?
harsh on yourself. They let almost anyone be a police officer.
Oh boy.
A glib remark. Don't let it stand. Assert yourself.
Better let it go. Say
Retreat
nothing.
is not a winning tactic.
Why don't I remember being a cop or anything
Could
else?
it be because of the drinking?
Nah, that's a good point. I might not know where I am or who I am or what a Capri Kinema is, how I know what one sounds
nods.
like. But I do know when someone's not telling me the whole story. What am I doing here? What's my case?
There's a mercenary out back. He's been hanged. The body has been
Well,
there
that's
for
lovely.
a week now. The locals probably got tired of it and called the cops.
She speaks matter-of-factly, but there's a sadness in her voice.
And why didn't you just tell me that?
I didn't mean to overwhelm you with information. You seem a bit lost, officer.
I should get going.
Of course. Be careful, officer. They don't like the police around here.
Wonderful.
She looks back at you, a light glinting off her eyes.
Goodbye.
She left a nice long stub in the ashtray. It's still smoking. This is the weekend edition of the satirical newspaper, Trompe le Monde. Okay. This is where the lyrics would be. A big old karaoke mic just waiting for someone to sing into it. The speaker's connected to the radio. The music is seasoned with static.
You should totally sing karaoke here, the first chance you get. Your emotions need to be expressed. People need to know your vast, oceanic soul.
My soul's cubic content is obscured by the
Of
hangover.
course, at this point, precise measurements of your soul can only be performed from the outside. It needs to be heard through a PA system by other people.
What should I sing when it comes to
You
it?
have not yet stumbled on the right lamentation, but it's out there. It'll come to you. You will wreak havoc with it. Don't worry.
I was thinking maybe I could sing something happy. Get the people going.
No. Don't sing the happy song. It's stupid. Sing the sad song. It's profound. You have to find something tragic to sing first, though.
Okay. You need to find a sufficiently tragic tape, then play it on a boombox to memorize the lyrics, then ask the cafeteria manager to perform, preferably in the evening. More people at the bar then. What was that? The menu has been wiped clean, only the word Monday is written on it. A woman handwrote yesterday's menu, today starts in a man handwriting. A water cooler.
A man in his late 20s stands behind the counter, inspecting a stuffed seabird. As you approach, he gives you a sideways glance, then looks down again. That was disdain in his eyes. Even now, he's purposely ignoring you.
Look at the stuffed bird.
A competent work of taxidermy. The white and brown seabird lies among piles of coasters and drying mugs. One of its wings broken. The man is trying to mend it. Looks like the bird was ripped off the shield that was used to mount it, most likely on a wall. This is the Great Skua. The seabird is the symbol for the discovery of the Celindian Isola, the part of the world you are in right now. Something about it makes you feel bitter.
Can I help you with that?
Look, your buddy is over there.
He looks at the doors where a man in a bomber jacket is tapping his foot on the
Why
floor.
don't you go and talk to him, okay?
What do you mean, my
He
buddy?
pretends not to hear you, concentrating on the bird instead.
Something tells me you don't like me.
Oh no, you're a hero. A real hero.
Could the massive property damage upstairs have anything to do with this?
You're being sarcastic.
Come on. What did you ride in? Take the body down, solve the murder, and not trash my hostel room?
I'm guessing I didn't do any of those things.
You're right, you didn't. And it's only taken you 3 days not to.
What I've been doing all that time. Have you seen me around?
No, I haven't seen you around. I'm not always here.
Okay. We're gonna leave you alone to your bird. What was that? Doors bolted. A sign reads, "Kitchen is reserved for personnel until 1300. It's currently 8:30. Sign reads, "Mess hall reserved for union members. 1600. Okay. What's that? Royal pinball machine is unplugged.
A bespectacled man in an orange bomber jacket is tapping his foot on the floor. Looks like he's waiting for someone. You. As you approach, he narrows his eyes and extends his hand in greeting. If an assault were launched on this building right now, if the windows came crashing down and the whole world descended upon you, this man would hurl himself in death's way to save you. You are sure of this, but why?
That's a bit extreme. Shake his
Hello.
hand.
I'm Kim Kitsuragi, Lieutenant, Precinct 57. You must be from the 41st.
You realize he's waiting for your name. This is your chance to come up with a really good name for yourself. Get creative.
Okay.
Conceptualize.
Don't know if I should actually do that. Sorry. I have the thingy thing. I don't know how that works though. The Twitch companion thing. Oh well. I really don't know my name.
Okay then.
Gonna sound fucking crazy.
It looks like we had a little scheduling error on Sunday. Saturday too, actually. Have you had time to talk to the manager here?
What he means is, he has been trying to meet up with you for 2 days, but you have been otherwise occupied.
You mean him? Yeah, I just talked to him.
If you don't mind, we should talk to him again. Ask him for a rundown of the area. Now that I'm here as well. I understand the scene is out back, right? It also wouldn't hurt to assure him the police are finally here. In full force, I mean. Have you mapped out the initial interviews?
I have not.
Okay, we'll have time for that after we take a look at the coroner's case. Have you removed the dead body from the tree?
No.
So, the body is still in the tree.
This is the first time you detect a weariness in the lieutenant's voice.
I'm so sorry, Kim.
It is obvious he would have preferred for the body to no longer be in the tree.
Where it has been hanging for 7 days straight. We should go there as soon as we are done talking to the owner.
I can't remember
I
anything.
can see you drank last night and the night before, and that you are still drunk now. But I have seen officers go through worse. Much worse. If you need something for your headache, there is a general store nearby. But as I said, the dead body should be our #1 concern.
Let's get moving
As
then.
to you, officer.
If you're about to embark on an investigation, shouldn't you have a badge?
Wait, shouldn't I have a badge or something?
You mean you don't have a badge?
Wasn't on me when I woke up.
Losing your identification card is a serious matter. My vehicle has a shortwave. You can use it to report your badge missing. I advise you to try to locate it as quickly as possible. But getting the body down should still take precedence.
Cool. Autosave. Actually, I do not have any normal actual saves, just the quick saves. Wow. I last played this game in January of last year. Okay. Save. Let's go. You know what? I took a quick shower and I'm considerably comfier now. Nice. Nice warm showers are always good.
Hello, sweetie.
The elderly woman turns to you with a smile. Who's Sweetie?
Why, you are, officer.
I'm not Sweetie, look at me.
You're a handsome man, officer, with your mustache and your chiseled jaw and that silly dimple on your chin.
Dimple or not, I'm a bitter man. The years have taken their toll.
Take heart, officer. You're still a man in your prime.
God, Lena, you're so sweet.
You must forgive me. I'm getting so scatterbrained. I completely forgot to introduce myself. I'm Lena. My husband Morel and I are staying with our friend Gary just down the street, but I come here for tea when they're away.
This Lena is wacky enough for the motley crew. Hire her on the spot.
How'd you like to roll with me?
Whatever do you mean?
I want you to be my wheelchaired partner in crime writing. Fighting crime, ridding backyards of corpses, catching serial killers.
Sequence killers. Oh my. But I think you already have a partner, sweetie.
A partner who needs you to help him get a corpse down from a tree.
I know, but there are also side mysteries, sequence killers, and forays into the paranatural.
I can assure you, with absolute certainty,
Choice
there are
dialogue.
no
Oh no, this
sequence
game's
killers
great.
taking place in Martinez.
Now, gentlemen, no
We
need
love
to
it.
squabble.
We do.
I wouldn't be of much use to you anyway, sweetie.
3 heads are better than 2.
Thank you, but Martinez isn't the most wheelchair accessible place, you see. I'd slow you down. Perhaps another time.
I'll get going
Of
then.
course, dear. Good luck with your case.
Cool. Oh, hello, what was that? Yes. Bottle of rum has been knocked over, beautiful dark liquid spilling out. Alright, that bitch is asleep. Let's talk to
The
you.
man with the unimpressive beard notices you approaching. He drops the ledger he was holding and turns to the lieutenant.
Mr. Gart, right? You run this place.
Yes.
I am Kim Kitsuragi from Precinct 57. This is an inter-district investigation, so joining me from Precinct 41.
I'm currently in between names.
Fantastic.
It's like when you've left your band but you haven't decided on a solo artist name yet. Kim is about to say something, let him.
Right. Now, I know it took us a while to arrive at the scene. It also took you a while to call us and report the dead body. It was you who placed the call, yes?
No, I only just got here. It was probably Sylvie who called you. She usually works the bar here. I'm only temporarily taking over her duties.
Do you have her number?
As a matter of fact, I do.
He looks behind a pile of coasters, finds a slip of paper, and hands it to the lieutenant.
You said you just got here. From where? Are you a local?
What, of Martinez? No, I live in Jamrock. I only sometimes come here to keep an eye on the place. This is just one of the many, many cafeterias I manage.
But you still know your way around, yes? In case we need directions.
Yes, I know where some things are, but as I said, I don't live here. I just used to work here. And I'm not going to start working here again, if that's what you think.
I didn't imply that. Detective,
He probably means this is where you step in and ask your questions.
Right then, questions. I got
His face
this.
expresses profound doubt in your having this. Ask him about the body's location before asking if he killed him. People give up information in the more innocuous question, which you can later use in the more sinister ones, not vice versa.
Well, thanks, Rhetoric. Okay. Where exactly is the
Behind
body?
this building, there's a courtyard. They hoisted him up on a tree there.
And how do we get
That's
there?
easy. See that door there? First you exit through that. Then to your right, you should see a big hole in the fence. A really big
You
one.
sound way too happy about
You
that.
can get to the courtyard through there. No need for the keys. The hole is big enough for the Franco-Nigerian cavalry to fit through.
Does he want you to feel guilty of making that hole? It's implied in his voice.
Why did Sylvie go away?
She went away because none of your business.
Have they not been telling you you're a cop?
Fine.
Extra far from me.
Who killed
I
him?
don't know who killed him. I'm not the police. That's your job.
This is it. He said they hoisted him up on a tree. Who is this they, if he doesn't know?
Before you said they hoisted him up on the tree, who do you mean by they?
Oh, people are saying it was the union dock workers, that it was a lynching.
Who is saying that?
The locals, customers, the people who eat here, a lot of dock workers eat here. Sylvie told me everyone knows the dock workers did it.
Did the debarders themselves tell her this, or is it a rumor?
I don't really know. You'll have to ask her.
Why would the dock workers lynch this man?
I would suppose it's because they have nothing better to do.
You mean the strike?
Yes, the strike. The man they hanged was a security guard for the harbour company, I hear. A mercenary. The unionistas probably thought they'd send a message.
I've got another
lieutenant
question.
turns the page in the little notebook he's been scribbling in.
Are you the bartender?
No, I'm not the bartender. I'm the cafeteria manager.
He's so angry.
He's very animated all of a sudden. This is clearly a touchy
I'm
subject.
sorry. You've been shut in there for a long time.
What? Hello. Did you close the door on him on accident?
It was when the thing was going.
Oh. It's okay, Percy. Hi. Immediately runs to the food. What's the difference?
I have 3 cafeterias I manage. 3.
Fluffy baby. Yup, muffins. Percy is indeed fluffy as fuck. That's all.
Not so fast. You owe me 130 real.
No one is saying the multi-pattern necktie you found tied to the ceiling fan can talk. No one. It must be merely imagination. But
Let's bail! Time to push the eject button! Sounds like a responsibility!
My necktie is fucking telling me to run. Okay.
no, don't listen to him.
I cannot slip away unnoticed.
Talk.
Oh, what's real?
Excuse me. You owe me 130 real.
He pronounces the R with a mock aristocratic accent.
The IIR, or Inter-Isolary is the global reserve currency. Whatever part of the world you're in right now, it's safe to assume he means you owe him some money.
Oh, you mean I owe you money?
Wow, you're a genius. Yes, that's right. Money. You owe this establishment 130 real.
Who does that clown think he is? Arrest him!
Did I just hear my tie speak to me twice?
No one is saying that! No one is saying that Ty can talk! That would be ludicrous! It's just that
Oh my god.
you should arrest him! It would be wiser! He wants to take your money!
I'm not comfortable with this. Try to somehow tuck the tie away. Great advice, I'm considering it. No way, I have duties. I'm a cop, I'm not talking to a tie.
The lieutenant watches you fiddle with your horrific tie. Sweat stains forming under your armpits. He puts his hand on your shoulder.
If you don't have the money, it's okay. None of us are in this for the wages.
That's cop 4. I haven't offered to pay because I don't have any money either.
What do I owe this place for?
Let's see. 3 nights at a tariff of 20 real comes to 60 real. Then there's the window you annihilated. The hole in the window was the first thing I saw when I came to work. So don't try to tell me you didn't. That will be 40 real.
I mean, I did
damages.
throw my shoe through the window.
Another thing you've annihilated is half the bar. You've run a tab of 30 real. Actually more, but we'll round it down to 30 for your hard work maintaining the stability and order of Revachol. That's 60 plus 40 plus 30 equals 130 real. And yes, real is still money.
What exactly is money?
What are you, a philosopher?
Since I woke up, I have trouble remembering even the most basic concepts of reality.
Money is what grown-up people use to pay for things.
I can't believe I'm
Things
doing
like
that.
this hostel room, or 8 bottles of potent men, and 9 packs of Royal Extra.
Show him the money or don't show him the coins?
Yes, it is.
Keep the money.
There's a shuffle of nylon as Lieutenant Kitsuragi looks for something in the pockets of his orange bomber.
I'm
What
sorry,
happens
but
now?
He has to pay. I can't let him stay here any longer if he doesn't. If he doesn't have the money by tonight, then
Officer, maybe you are better off working this from home for now. You live in Jamrock, right? It's not that far away.
I don't remember where my home is.
Officer, you really need to take this up with your station. I have a shortwave radio in my car. Call them. Ask for assistance.
What's up,
We have to
Percy?
get this investigation started now.
What's up? You wanna come chill? You can come chill. Okay. I only need one hand for this. It's fine. You can just chill here.
good luck.
Okay.
By the way, where is home? The address is coming up blank, and this place sure isn't it.
I really don't
But
remember.
You've been at this hostel cafeteria for only 3 nights.
Yes.
Where were you before? You had to be somewhere.
I don't know. Near?
You
South?
don't really know, do you?
I only have a vague blackened image.
A vague blackened image doesn't sound like somewhere you can stay if you run out of money.
Could I trace the way back somehow to the exact street, exact number on the building? I'll live in a dumpster. I don't care. Fuck everything. A hobo cop. Yes?
Entertain the thought when you get the time. Maybe being a hobo and a cop has its advantages.
Okay. You want to chill, Percy? I'm just gonna have to deal with cattail in my face. Okay. Let's see. Hobo cop. Yep, Percy, don't hit that. No, don't hit my keyboard. Don't do that. Or my phone. Okay. Percy, stop it. A cop and a hobo cop. Upsides can be disheveled, doesn't have to wash, carries himself with lurched gusto. Hobo cop doesn't need anyone or anything. No one can kick you out because you don't have a home. Never pay rent again. Never hear, you're drunk. Why did you even come here, Harry? Go home, you're embarrassing. Downsides are there any? I mean, seriously, give me one. Hobo cop. Let's do it. Okay, pay for damages, who made the call, report your missing badge, and inspect the victim's body. Sing karaoke. Cool. Okay. Let's leave. What? He wants so much affection right now, because Ryan's in the bathroom. As soon as Ryan's within distance, he'll want him instead. What's that? What? I'm trying to... Okay. Oh, the street sign says, fuck the police. Wonderful. Pigs go home. The street name is illegible. A heap of snow melts in the wheelbarrow.
The RCM in Martinez. What can I help you with?
I have some questions for you.
Of course. What can I help you with?
We need directions.
Of course. Where to?
What's up in the north?
There's the pier, the Cape Side apartment buildings, some more tenements. Not a lot, really.
And the east?
The harbor gates. Some kind of commotion, I think. I don't follow the local politics. A fleet store, too.
South.
Some shops and a bridge. The canal bridge leads to the coast, but it's broken, I think. Some kind of accident, probably.
And the other side of the
Just
canal?
coast. There's a little fishing village there, and a fish market. But that got closed down ages ago.
And the west?
It's just water. No, actually, I think they call it the Martinez Inlet. There
Yep.
are some
Goodbye,
islands in the
Percy.
bay, but they're hard to reach.
Thanks.
No problem.
I've got to
Of
run.
course. I won't hold you back.
Her gloves. You get the feeling that you need them. You have a dead body to deal with after all.
One more thing. Can I borrow your gloves?
Sure, keep them. I have another pair.
Thank you. Cool. Clothes. Gloves. Interfacing. Thick latex gardening gloves and a canary yellow. Maybe you should retire, take up gardening as a hobby? It's worth a thought. Okay. Dude. Alright, let's see now. You know what, let's go here first and go to Kim's car.
Before you stands a motor carriage. The bodywork is covered in blue and white livery, bearing the number 57. Vapor emanates from the large engine on the back of the vehicle. It hasn't had time to cool off yet. This must be the infernal machine that tore you from oblivion. The Caprice Kinema motor carriage.
Open the door.
In the cabin, you are welcomed by a set of steering levers, a radio microphone on a hook, a pull-out toolbox under the seat, and the soft glow of the fuel preheater gauge.
Pick up the
The
radio.
frequency tableau lights up, and a green button labeled Prime Line glows like a feline eye. And then you hear something. The soft purr of electrical kittens, radio waves cast far and wide over the metropolis. A woman's voice greets you through the static.
This is Precinct 57. Hello, Lieutenant. How may I assist you?
Hello, Alice. Please assist our colleague from the 41st precinct here. I'm putting him on.
Hi Alice, this is the officer from the 41st precinct speaking. Nice to meet you.
This is Officer Alice Demetri, Precinct 57. How may I assist you?
Could you connect me with the 41st precinct? I have something I need to report.
Just a second, officer.
She puts you on hold, the static crackling softly like a bonfire. After a while, you hear an old man greet you from the radio. His rattly voice is oddly familiar.
10-2, 10-5. This is 41st. Come in, over.
A scrawny old man sits in a dusty cubicle, smoking, with a large white rectangle sewn on his vest. In front of him is a box-shaped apparatus with an array of wires and antennas. The radio switchboard. The man uses relay code. You've got this. You're a cop, and cops know relay code.
10-4, Station 41. I've got urgent business. Over.
10-4, message received. 10-5, relay message. What's your status? Over.
I'm just reporting in. Over.
State your message, sir.
I need to report my badge missing.
Over.
My badge I can't find anywhere. Basically, it's
10-4,
gone.
message received. This is a very serious situation. I need to 1022 the captain. Over.
Him? What does he want?
Jean Vickmark?
Says he lost his badge and needs to report it.
He what? He lost his badge?
Say nothing.
Who lost his badge? Dick fucking Mullen. Who do you think? It's Officer Dick Mullen from the bestseller Dick Mullen and the Lost Identity.
He says, fighting off laughter.
Dick Mullen is not your name. It's the name of a fictional detective who would not lose his badge. Defend yourself. Immediately. They're laughing at you.
Haha, officer has lost his badge. Haha, like I'm the first cop to ever misplace his badge.
He says this has probably happened to other policemen before him and laughs sarcastically.
Oh goddammit. Is he fucking kidding? The whole station's gonna be dicked for this.
Satellite Officer Vickmar is wondering if you might be joking and adds that this tarnishes the reputation of the entire station. Over.
Mullen dicked us.
Can't we just move on? I want to get this reported and done with.
10-4, I hear you, officer. I'm just going to make a note here that you are in pursuit of your misplaced badge. Over.
Fuck me. Mac, come here. You've got to hear this. Dick
You're
Mullen
telling the
lost his
entire
badge.
station I just fucking lost my badge. Okay.
What's going on?
Super Cop here lost his badge.
He lost his what now?
His badge. He lost his goddamn fucking badge.
Could you all just please stop saying he lost his badge for a moment?
He asks you to please stop saying he lost his badge. Why? Did he find it? Sergeant Orson was wondering if you...
You don't have a comeback. Sorry. It's hard to think like this.
Say nothing.
Not replying. Looks like he's still looking for it.
Enough of this.
10-9, come again. I didn't get that. Over.
The animated conversation in the back is making it difficult for him to hear you.
Fights even for Captain Sober.
Ask him. Ask him if he's lost his gun, too.
The room roars with laughter.
Sergeant Orson wants to know if you lost your gun, too.
Oh no.
Check your pockets. Check your... Holy fuck. You don't know where it is, do you?
I don't have my gun.
It's gone. It's not fucking on you.
Don't sweat it, Bratan. You don't need a gun to have fun.
Necktie, what the fuck?
Still have fun. It's not all over.
10-9, come in, officer. Did you get my question? We were wondering about your gun. Over.
Convince them that you didn't lose your gun.
Lie.
Oh, thank God.
Over the phone. It's easy. Just say it like it's the truth. And then it becomes it.
No, of course I didn't lose my gun.
Thank God for that. That would have been a nightmare. I don't even want to imagine the poor prick who has to relay that kind of news to the captain.
Oh boy.
Losing his badge is bad enough. Tell him to find it and fast. We can't have some gangbanger running around with it.
We were glad to hear you've not lost your gun, officer. You need further assistance? Over.
That's it.
Roger that. 10-10. Over and out.
18 kilometers to the south, in the 41st Precinct's relay booth, a small crowd has gathered around Communication Officer Jules Oldboy Pidier, around a dozen cops. The small room is filled with cigarette smoke, a buzz with laughter when Officer Judith Minnow enters. Her left arm is in bandages and her hair trimmed short.
What is going on here? Did something happen?
Jean startles and says...
What happened is my partner made contact, and it's not good. He's lost his badge. He seemed confused, delirious even.
He stops to reflect.
Mac, the torso Torson, is finger-fucking his fist, laughing hoarsely and apparently telling some dirty story to his partner, Chester McLean, near the entrance.
Yeah, Mullen was fucked, alright. Sounded fucking drunk to me.
Yeah, Mac's right. That was some gnarly shit there.
Enough! None of this is funny. It's fucking sad. That's what it is. He's a cop. So one of us could damn this.
We must help him.
Minot looks down at her neatly polished black shoes. There's a quiet firmness to her voice when she speaks.
Yeah? How do you fucking plan to do that, huh? Get him off the drink? Go jogging with him in the morning and get him on carrot juice? He's a lost man.
I just know we can't give up on him when he's at his weakest. He wouldn't.
The crowd in the room has started fidgeting uncomfortably. Someone's trying to slip out unnoticed.
Mac, man the door. You know what he told me? I don't want to get better. I want to get worse. Those were his words.
He sighs heavily and turns to address the room.
This shit does not leave this room. Not a word of this to the captain. Or anyone else. We'll give him a couple of days to put his shit together.
I guess I can hold off the report for a few days.
Old boy lights another cigarette.
Okay, everybody. Nothing but a prank call here. We all got our laughs. Now get back to work.
Far north, on the other side of the motorway, the officer quietly hunches with his hand in the motor carriage.
Pick up the radio again.
Precinct 57, how may I assist you?
I need you to connect me to a civilian, a Sylvie. She may have reported a murder.
Of course. What is the number, officer?
Kim, didn't Gart give you Sylvie's number?
Yes, hold on. Her number is 005 1944 298.
Received. Hold on, officer.
Wait patiently.
Lieutenant Gitsaragi slowly begins to tap a little rhythm with his right foot. Quite a lot of time has passed.
Officer, I have Sylvie Malaika on the line for you. Yes, hello?
Hello, this is police calling. I have some questions for you about your last days at work.
Oh, right. Hello, officer. What can I do for you?
You can hear resentment in her tone. She's not thrilled to be talking to you again.
Was it you who called the police?
No, not me.
Do you know who made that call?
No, sorry. I don't. Not a lot of people have phones around here. Copper thieves take the wires. People don't have the money to have the cables put in again. They use the Union's phone, or the one on the coast.
So the Union has a phone, and there's one further down the coast. Got it.
It was someone else. We'll find them sooner or later, officer. It just might take a while.
But why didn't you call? Didn't a corpse behind your workplace bother you?
Of course it bothered me. But I thought the Union already knew about the corpse.
What does the Union have to do with anything?
No one calls the police. The Union would get angry.
What do you mean by that?
You know, what the Union says goes. People listen to them and they take care of their own, which is like everyone here.
Garbage.
Is she speaking the truth? Is the Union the law around here? I'm the law. Looks like there's a limit to my authority. Tell me, why exactly did you let a corpse hang in your own backyard for weeks instead of calling us? I see, maybe there's something else.
Legally, no. In reality,
let's do that one.
Yes. Martinez is de facto police by the Dock Workers Union.
Words are not necessary to feel the lieutenant's discontent for the situation.
Push on.
I didn't want to get in trouble with the others.
Push her further. Show her the error of her ways. No, don't push her. It sounds as if she's about to cry.
Empathy. I see, don't worry about it, I can understand.
You do? What else can I do for you?
Okay, next question.
Yeah, go on.
You quit your job at the Whirling, why?
I mean, why did I leave the bar? Honestly, I'm not really comfortable discussing it with you, sir.
Don't hit my mic.
Why not?
Wait, why aren't you comfortable discussing it with me?
Let's just say I left because I needed to get away from someone.
Whom?
You know whom.
You think you hear a sliver of accusation in her words. Don't be paranoid. She's obviously talking about someone else.
You mean me? You needed to get away from me?
I really don't want to talk about this. Let's just
Oh
forget
god,
about
I'm a
this,
fucking
okay?
wreck. Alright, I won't push you.
Maybe, I don't know. I just know I have to take some time off right now.
Have you seen my badge?
Yes, I know who you are. You're...
This exact conversation has happened before. Establishing authority before this young girl seems to have been important to you in the past.
My badge is missing. Have you seen it anywhere?
Oh, no, I haven't, sorry.
I think I've got everything I need, thanks.
I do hope so. Please, don't call me again.
Oh. Oh, wait, why does she seem angry with you?
Yes, you have obviously done something to upset her at the Whirling in Rags, when she was still working there.
Wait, before you go, you're mad at me, right? Tell me, what did I do? I can't remember anything.
I'm not mad, it's just... You were so drunk and so emotional all the time, and then the skua thing happened. It just made me want to quit.
What skua thing?
The bird, the great skua. You threw it against the wall while screaming, "Fuck that bird," and laughing like a maniac. I think you said it had been giving you shit ever since you got there.
Why do I end up screwing everything up?
It was a pretty bird. There since I started working in Whirling. I really liked her. We call her Scotty.
There's genuine sadness in her voice.
You're telling me I was the one who wanted me to quit?
Obviously, you were the worst client I've ever seen. And I had seen so many assholes in this place. I've had sailors fighting, union guys grabbing my ass, kids stealing booze. Once a guy was glued to the karaoke machine every night for 2 months. But you...
Wow, I'm actually worse than all of that.
Well, you were worse than all of them. Honestly, you were getting borderline aggressive. Even about little things like not turning down the volume at 3 a.m. I even liked one of those songs you kept listening to on repeat. No more. I hate it now.
Right, what was all that? Oof, no pulled punches apparently. No, not at all.
Then there was your room. Your project. An experiment to see how bad it can get in there. I tried to send the cleaner, but you wouldn't let me. threatened to make me understand. I had no idea what you meant. And
God, I
don't
forgot
want
how
to know.
bad this is.
And then you scream something incomprehensible about churches and the scent of apricots and aquariums.
I'm sorry.
And then I had to deal with your toilet, the one you clogged with police documents, causing water damage downstairs in the kitchen. I won't even mention you waving your gun around, harassing customers, threatening to sing karaoke, threatening to kill yourself.
Wait, police documents?
The ones I had to wrench out of your toilet.
What happened to them?
Damn it, I don't remember what I did to your damn papers. I don't remember every little thing I do.
Resentment gives way to concern in her voice.
Especially when there's a hurricane loose. It's your fault for losing them, not mine.
Something in you wants to immediately forget about this, as if there was a reason you threw them away.
Okay, I get it. I wasn't a very good tenant.
No, you really weren't. You were simply the worst.
I was trying to show you the world of tomorrow, the great panic at the end. Why you're the worst tavern wench I've ever seen. Girl, loosen up a little. Don't you have a party? I don't even know what to say. I'm truly sorry for everything.
No, I knew I shouldn't have brought it up. Just try not to call me again, and let's pretend it never happened.
Right. Thank you for talking with me. Take care.
A sigh of relief on the other end of the radio. Wordless, the call breaks. Then, the already familiar voice.
Anything else I can help you with, officer?
I'm done for now.
7, over and out.
Her voice disappears into the void.
In the cabin, you see a set of steering levers, a radio on a hook, a pull-out toolbox, and the soft glow of the fuel preheater gauge.
Close the door. Oh, I can level up shit. Okay. Oh, that's what that is. Esprit the Corpse. I forgot about that. Connect to Station 41. Understand cop culture. Suggestion. Inland Empire. What should I up? What should I up? Maybe hand-eye coordination. I feel like that's going to be useful. Okay. Let's see. It is 10 a.m. in game. Yep. Coin-operated viewer has been banged up, inoperable.
Yes?
I think you should know I can't remember anything.
No response. He just arches his brow. He's having trouble processing it, believing it even.
I feel I must repeat this. I don't remember anything. There was heavy drinking involved.
Have you tried concentrating on something other than your personal affairs?
There is a sudden, harsh edge to his voice, like he's tired of hearing about your personal affairs.
I'm completely lacking basic information even about this organization we're in. Can you help me?
We should get through this day first. Off hours begin at 9 p.m. If you're still having trouble then, I can give you an orientation.
Fine.
Focus on other people's troubles, not your own. That is a relief.
Okay.
A moment passes. The lieutenant glances at the sports watch on his wrist.
Fun. Okay. On the cover stands a very muscular man surrounded by flames. The man from Heimjal in the Wildfire. Rose, a pistol, and half-naked dame on its cover. The book is about pate. This book, you really don't understand what it's about, nor does it seem important. It takes willpower to even read the author's name, Jean Cos from Iguania. Book is about rodeo culture. It promotes freedom and roaming upstream. And it's about the future. The government reads your mind using radio technology. Okay. There are bottles inside. You could pick them up if you had a bag. Let's see. Oh, there's the body. The kid's ladder is rickety but still climbable. Ladders for kids, it wouldn't hold the great weight of a grown man. Someone is trying to grow herbs in the greenhouse. What's this? Magnesium, +1 morale. It's a healing item. Okay. This winch mechanism has been oxidizing for some years. What's this?
An inconspicuous pile of the roofing material, Eternite.
What is
It's
this?
nothing. Someone just left some roofing material slanted against an old shack.
Leave. Okay. Oh no, that's the other side, I guess. Kid, could you not?
Kuno's got this.
The boy throwing rocks at the dead body can't be older than 12.
If there ever was such a thing as an ugly kid, then this is it. He's almost exquisite in his ugliness, like a gremlin.
Oh yeah, not a comfy Kuno.
Hey kid, word, police business?
Dick, Kuno. Get him right in the dick.
The children ignore you.
Love it in the dick.
Stop throwing rocks at my crime scene.
Kuno, yeah, right in the mouth.
They pay you no heed or pretend not to notice you.
Tracer, was that you? You know, it might have been.
Shits himself.
The rake, Kuno. You should throw the rake at him, Kuno.
The fuck does Kuno know what a rake is? Kuno's not a gardener.
Kim, what should we do?
We shouldn't do anything. I don't tempt such forces.
What
You will
forces?
see. The language these kids are using, pure unfettered id. There will be no reasoning with those creatures.
I don't have time for this. Letters R wear a crown on the ribbon below it, a light above descending.
This trash container is locked. The sliding lid has a padlock that says, whirling in rags. There's something in there, not necessarily connected to the case, but still.
Why am I looking at you, trash container? You're just a
The body
trash
is
container.
downwind from here. Maybe you prefer the smell of garbage to the smell of death.
Lieutenant, what do you think could be in there?
Trash, food waste from the cafeteria. They lock these containers to keep the derelicts from flocking in. Could be evidence too.
Yeah, I
What
feel
do you
something's
mean,
in there.
feel?
Just a hunch. Maybe someone threw something in there. How do I get the
We
lock
could try
open?
using a pry bar. There's one in my motor carriage.
Or?
Or we could ask for a key from the manager of the Whirling in Rags. He probably has one.
Okay.
He might also have information. This is better than the pry bar idea.
Okay. I can go do that. Let's go back and grab a key. Hello.
Can I help you?
Is the trash container out back
Mine?
yours?
No, it belongs to the Whirling in Rags.
Thank you for clearing that up. Why do you keep the container locked?
Why? To keep the hobos and drunks out. That's why. And the neighbors too. They put their trash there and they don't pay for the garbage company.
I thought as much. And are you the only party with access to the trash container?
Well, yes. Us and the garbage disposal company.
It seems a little callous, doesn't it? Something stirs in you.
I wonder what this feeling
Prod at it
is.
and find out.
Doesn't it? Oh, doesn't seem callous to you, guarding even your leftovers from the poor. What if I told you I am a hobo or soon to be one rummaging through that trash? Will you keep me out too? We need those
What
keys.
do you need them for?
It concerns the case. Please cooperate.
Just bring them back once you're done, please.
Okay. Keys acquired. Let's go. I wonder when I can tell Kim that I also don't have my gun. Because that's not good. Not good at all. Okay. The logo for... This is the logo for the municipality of Robichon. Okay.
This trash container is locked. The slight
Open the padlock.
oiled crack, the lock pops open. It should now be possible to simply raise the lid. Don't. Maybe you shouldn't. Maybe you shouldn't. Of course you should. This is your time to shine, Hobocop. Dive into that dumpster for extra content.
Didn't I just have a premonition that there's something in there?
There is, but you won't like it. Sweat forms on your brow. Your hand is still on the lid.
Open the lid.
The smell of rotten food rises to greet you. You see soggy cartons, dirty rags, and organic waste.
We're just in time. This hasn't been emptied for over a week.
Dig in Hobocop style for extra
Wow.
content.
An Armistice caliber 50 knock cannon, half wrapped in paper tissues. So shiny.
What's a knock cannon?
It's a giant rifle, and it's very expensive. Not as expensive as that fat string of pearls snaking around the rotten banana peels, however. And it's that Cordon Electric's preamp with Electra F2 tubes. It is. That catches quite a price. We're talking 12,000, easy.
I'll
Unless you
sell
know
it,
you
I
won't,
guess.
Because none of those
Oh.
things are real. They're not actually in there. All you see is food waste and crisp wrappings.
A cruel jest.
All you see is a broken mug with a racist depiction of the Yellow Man frolicking in saffron.
An antique.
Only in its social sensibility.
Take the mug. The lieutenant briefly glances at the mug, then returns his sight to the trash. Look under the box. It's a carton.
Milk, an egg rest with one broken egg in it. Some pasta wrapper. Picking up the soggy packages somehow feels familiar. A box falls into pieces in your hands. Batiste Soleil cereal. There are plastic pasta packages below. And
Search at the
among
rags.
threadbare kitchen towels, something catches your eye. A pair of denim trousers. As the legs of the slime-covered jeans begin to unspool from the garbage, a rank corpse smell fills the air.
The victim's clothes? Cadaverine odor is faint. If these belong to the deceased, they were removed when he was still in the early stages of decay. Drop them in here, officer. Guitar marked blue jeans. Pockets empty. Or empty. He wore them with a belt, too. A white belt. The loops appear stretched, but
He looks into the
the
container.
belt is missing. That's it. Do you see anything else in there? I have another bag here.
Something slimy catches your eye.
Reach for
A
it.
drab, long-sleeved shirt, olive-colored, appears from the food waste, dripping with pus.
This is
Bag
a
the
military
shirt.
type overgarment. No label or serial number. This is the kind of rib-knit shirt that's worn over light armor to conceal it in an urban scenario. Anything more?
The rest of the rags are just kitchen variety waste. Just garbage.
That's all I
All
think.
right. We should go to Gart again and ask if he knows who put the clothes in the trash. It could be as simple as someone from the hostel cleaning the yard. Or that one. I'd advise against confronting that force.
You think someone from the whirling might have been
Not
involved,
really.
perhaps?
All we know is the victim's clothes are in the trash. The lid was locked, and his establishment had the key. It's just a small loose thread.
Yeah, we need to ask the kids who put them in here.
About kids? See that, Kuno? He thinks you're an infant or something.
See?
Okay.
The lieutenant nods, then looks back into the trash container. It's just organic waste, cold and slimy on your hands. Apple and potato peels, mostly. Unidentified sludge, and the occasional chicken bone thrown in for good measure. But hey, nothing. It's nothing. Nothing more to see here. What's this?
What?
A blue piece of plastic sticks out from the apple peels. It's shiny. Looks like the corner of something.
Pick it out.
They look badly damaged, but you can still make out forms and notes, written in a man's handwriting.
Officer, is that your paperwork?
No, it
Yes,
can't be.
it is. Look, this plastic has the RCM street grid on it. You've even got an autopsy form.
A miserable looking slip of paper sticks to the
If you
board.
don't mind my asking, how could you have let your paperwork end up in the trash?
Has a foreboding quality. I didn't want to be a cop anymore. I'd rather not talk about it right now. He nods, reverting his attention to the container, still stinking in front of you.
Be untroubled. If anything, this small moment has made him respect you more.
Close the lid.
The container sounds a muffled gong.
Continue.
That's one thing off the list. I think we got it all.
Please.
You said you didn't want to talk about the ledger. However, now that you have it back, it would not hurt to start taking notes on the case, officially.
Interact. A racist mug. A damaged ledger. Ledger you find is full of trash. Have a closer look. Interact.
It's the ledger you found in the trash. A pitiful cabbage of white and yellow papers hanging from plastic board, barely held together by a metal clip. This sad display is made complete by the faint smell of urinal cleaner.
Anything else?
There's a piece of toilet paper, or is it cleaning tissue? No, it's toilet paper, desperately sticking to the back of the blue plastic clipboard. It's a metaphor for you. Thank you, waterlogged ledger, for spelling it out for us. Below the pathetics, terror. Do not look into its blue heart.
Inspect the clip.
An aluminium block runs the width of the board, biting down on the paperwork. Its crocodile teeth are the only thing keeping the papers together. A regular pencil, the tip worn down to nothing, has been attached to the clip.
Run your finger across the aluminum.
The surface is interrupted by a silvery sticker. It's rectangular, sparkling with iridescence. You don't know how you didn't notice it before.
Hey, Lieutenant, what's this?
What? That thing. It's a halogen watermark. We use it for adding information to RCM property.
What kind of
It
information?
depends. Aside from an anti-counterfeiting stamp, mine has my station number and address. The information varies by date of issue.
Maybe yours will have how many cases you've solved. How many years you've been on the force, he's thinking. It'll have that.
How can I read it?
Any capable light with the right wavelength will do.
Like, for example?
All RCM vehicles have had lights designed to reveal halogen watermarks. Mine too.
This means you can read the watermarks if you just turn the lights on.
That's all, thank you.
While a bunch of sodden papers sag from the clipboard in your hand, it's a sorry sight.
The white papers?
They're not exactly white. They're yellowed in patches by sunlight and alcohol, and covered in dense blue handwriting. Ink escapes into watercolor patterns, reaching its tendrils across entire pages. The paper itself is checkered, with faint red lines, forming short paragraphs. Once in a while, there's a red stamp that exclaims, "Case files, commit to paper." The case files themselves are plenty. You count more than 100 sodden, crumpled up, earmarked pages falling apart in your hands. They appear to be sufficiently organized and extremely dense, if mostly illegible. Work, strife, poverty, the Jamrock Quarter. These are handwritten logs of investigations dating back to January 51, this year. The exact number is hard to estimate, due to missing pages and an odd naming convention. But there are at least 20, maybe 30 cases, undertaken, not completed, mind you. It's the middle of March. You have attempted 2 cases a week on average.
Is 2 cases a week a good caseload, Lieutenant?
2 complex cases to undertake is a lot, yes. You really have to push yourself. I would not suggest it, lest you start making mistakes.
2 appears to be my week load. 2 a week appears to have been my workload. I'm not sure I completed them, though.
2? That's a lot. I didn't mean to say you are making mistakes, by the way. It was presumptuous of me.
They burned out
That's
all right.
okay. We all do, sooner or later.
Like a fan of gills, the checkered papers dry in your hand. The handwriting is extremely dense, if mostly illegible.
There is a mention of a naming convention here.
Yes, it appears you employ a, shall we say, robust yet literary system. Each investigation has its case number written on the margins. Yet, still more tellingly, most are accompanied by a name. A title, one might say even. One that draws inspiration from snoop fiction and vespertine cop show staples.
Oh my, and they're written in capital letters
Yes,
too.
all caps. One is called The Next World Mural. Another, The Square Bullet Hole Murders. Another yet, The Unsolvable Case.
More?
Others appear more light-hearted. The guys on a couch in an unexpected location, and the murder at the hookah parlor. Even the rare article-free collapsing tenement. Murder features prominently throughout. It's going to take an effort to piece these case files together, but it can be done. Once you're done inspecting them up close.
I'm done expecting that for now.
You don't exactly close them, so much as distance yourself from the smelly papers. They're a little further from your nose now.
Can I read the case files now?
Yes, you can piece them together using the alphanumeric code on the margin. It always begins with HDB41. Then
Okay,
date
so
of
it's
initialization and
Station
time of
41
arrival
probably.
on the scene, followed by
Is
the title.
HDB my
For
name?
example, HDB 41120111700. The Next World Mural. 41 is your precinct.
But what is HDB?
It's safe to say those are the initials of the officer responsible for the case. Your initials.
Those aren't my initials. I'm not feeling them.
Feeling isn't really the jurisdiction we're in right now. Probably for the best, because HDB feels like bad news from yesteryear. Like shit, Roger.
How long does it take to read a case?
It takes about half an hour to piece one together, using the system you've devised. Where do you want to start?
I can revisit
Not
that.
much has changed in the meanwhile. A bunch of sodden papers still sags from the clipboard.
Browse the yellow
In the back,
papers.
you see thin, translucent copy of paper. Some neon yellow, some bright red, all covered in boxes, like marching armies. These look like official forms, waiting to be filled out. Then rip them from the binder and hand them out, according to type of form.
What types of
3.
forms?
The topmost are misconduct fines. The middle ones are station calls. And the bottommost are field autopsy forms. Each is easy enough to make sense of. You don't have to be an intellectual giant to do police work.
Field
A
autopsy.
dozen pages of thin copy paper, bright red in color. You see the parameters of a deceased human form, waiting to be filled in. Age, sex, condition of internal organs.
Okay.
The rest of the stinking cellulose is much worse for wear. Being sandwiched between the board and the rest of the paperwork must have spared the fragile copy of paper.
Look at the clipboard.
It's made of dark blue plastic, hard enough to beat someone to submission with. The edges are rounded, however. The U4 size board feels thick and heavy in your hand. Light shimmers on its wet surface. On the back, you see the embossed letters, RCM.
Shake it.
Something rattles inside, ever so lightly. Is there a hidden compartment? Permeables. It's not hidden per se. The compartment is made for permeable materials that would get damaged if something happened to it.
Peek inside.
Plastic shimmers like lapis lazuli, but it is not see-through. You cannot see to its center.
And how would I open
With
it?
your hands, U4-sized pages hang from the clip screwed to the top of the board.
Let's do that.
Is not what you end up doing. You squeeze the plastic to slide it open, but nothing happens.
Oof.
The ledger quivers in your hand.
Whoop.
As it shakes, the pages rustle. This
Okay. I'll have to go back to that somehow. Okay.
The corpse looks at you with bulging white eyes. The face around them does not look human. It's swollen and ready to burst. His lips are fish-like and his tongue like a ball gag in his mouth. You seem to be holding your breath.
Look down.
A cargo belt twists his neck at an unnatural angle. The body below appears stiff. It's letting out an ungodly rot. The
God,
smell
what is
seeps
that?
in
Why is it so
even
bad?
through your cleft.
Active decay. It's okay to throw up, officer. No one is judging.
He's about to blow. The cock's gonna blow, Kuno.
Turn away.
There he still is. Look,
Nope.
the smell is repulsive. It pushes in from your mouth, more instant and more familiar than anything you expected. More fever than odor. It fills your mind, flushing you from within.
And I vomit. Gross. Ugh, that sound.
Too late. It's impossible to keep in. Your body curls and pushes it out, burst by burst, until a pool of vomit lies under your feet, and your throat stings from the stomach acid.
God.
It's okay. Happens to everyone. Keep
Thanks.
it. The hangover is clearly making this worse for you. You could use some ammonia to clear your head.
That made my ears twitch. Yeah, that made my own gag reflex go, ugh. Where do we get ammonia from?
There is freight nearby, east of the hostel. They usually have a small apothecary. There's a greenhouse here, and a gardener with a wheelbarrow on the corner of the whirling rags.
Pretty clever.
Okay. Let's go over there then. Items. Lieutenant's handkerchief. Let's keep running over this way.
Hello again, officer. How are things?
My partner told me you may have ammonia. Can I have some?
Sure. I'm done with it.
Thank
Go
you.
easy on that stuff. It gave me a terrible headache.
I have to run. Let's go check out this direction first. Goods from the lorry haphazardly litter the surroundings. Closed for the winter. Please use main entrance. This guy. The Glossy magazine, most able-bodied men. This issue hosts a top 10 list. Jump Jams, a popular music mag.
Welcome to Rivachol.
Why are you addressing my partner like that?
Don't you welcome to Revachol me. My grandfather came here from a 3,000-year-old racist isolationist culture, while your ancestors came to this island a mere 300 years ago. Every school of thought and government has failed in the city, but I love it nonetheless. It belongs to me as much as it belongs to you.
You tell him.
It's men like you who keep Revachol divided, making it that much harder for everyone to climb out of this post-war limbo.
What he means is, fixation on the Revacholian nation makes it harder for Revachol to actually attain self-determination.
He's right, you're running our best shot at real self-determination.
Oh, come on, man. I just said welcome to Rivachol. It's a lorry driver thing.
I know exactly what you meant. You think my kind doesn't belong here, that I should watch myself and behave. But you see, I'm an officer of the RCN. It's actually my job to make sure you behave. I would advise you to remember that.
Silence. The air between them becomes tense. Your partner needs backup. Now's your moment to shine.
Well, I think we all learned something here.
I haven't learned anything I didn't know before.
The lieutenant exhales and resumes his regular calmness. You sense slight embarrassment for the outburst. Or is it pride? Impossible to tell.
Now that that's settled, we have a couple of questions.
Whatever you say, officers.
What are you hauling?
Oh, not much anymore. I'm here to pick up some cargo, but the dock workers are on strike, so it's a sit and wait on your ass situation.
What kind of cargo?
Apples.
Apples is exactly the kind of thing you'd say if you had something to hide.
Apples.
Yeah, apples. I take it you had other questions?
We're done for now. More magnesium. Okay. Yellow roses, dozens of them. Tulips, too. Melancholy pop song plays on the radio.
You see several packaged raincoats
raincoat.
fill a low shelf beneath a display of croissants and juice bottles.
No. Let's see.
A small cabinet on the wall. Their logo is the bloodless rose. Pure white, untouched by harm.
Just ask me if you need anything from St. Baptiste. We don't stock prescription meds, but we do have Nosafed, Duramine, magnesium, and Hypnogamma.
Okay. I already got the whatchamacallit. So I shouldn't ammonia, so I shouldn't actually need anything else. Okay. God, I look so weird just walking around with the fucking gloves. Okay. Ample of ammonia. Okay.
There he still is, looking right.
God, why is that so bad? How do I use the ammonia? Can I... No? Bullets, keys, held, interact, tools.
There he's...
Oh, okay, there we go.
Only makes it worse.
What?
The combination forces tears out of your ducts. You managed to keep it in once. The second time, not so much.
Fuck. Really?
When the vomiting is done, your cheeks are wet with tears.
Okay, then. Ugh. Spit and say nothing.
Are you okay, officer?
The weight is reassuring, like a krenel on solid fortification. Pat, pat, pat.
You're facing tough odds here. It's aggravated further by alcohol withdrawal.
Do without me, I just can't keep it down.
This is a two-man assignment because it needs 2 officers to... You need to get your shit together.
Okay.
We should go talk to the locals. Find something else to do while the wind changes. It's pretty bad right now.
Volumetric shit compressor. Your shit is a part, and it's rather unbecoming of a cop and a human being. It's supposed to be the opposite of that. Together, compressed in a small area to achieve the solid level of shit compression. Squeeze your butt cheeks together for 30 minutes. Do something similar with the 2 hemispheres of your brain. Talk to people. Maybe that'll help. Internalize that, I guess. Okay.
Give it half an hour. Get yourself together.
Okay. Well, that certainly didn't help anything. I guess let's go talk to what's-his-face in the meantime. I didn't talk to him about the key, I don't think. Okay. Hello.
Can I help you?
Here's... Yeah? What's up? Yeah. Hello. Okay. Here's your trash container key.
Thanks. I hope you found what you were looking for.
The victim's
How
clothes.
Strange. I certainly didn't put them there.
Who else has keys to the trash?
Trash collection service, CS Municipal. I don't see why they would
Okay.
put anything in the
What do you want to
trash.
do, Percy? What do you want here? Okay.
Ah, the elusive CS Municipal. I doubt we'll be able to track down who was sent here last and when. This will have to be one of those little threads that solves itself down the road. Thank you anyway.
Could someone on your staff have put them in there?
Sylvie had the keys before I got here, and I can vouch for her. I can vouch
Good.
for all my staff. None of us would tamper with the crime scene.
Okay. Alright, thanks. Let's talk about something else. Goodbye. Okay. I can go read the thing with the car. Oh, I can zoom out. Whoops.
Inside, you see a set of steering levers, a radio microphone, a pull-out toolbox, and the soft glow of the fuel preheater gauge.
Kim, how do I turn on the headlights?
All right. Ready? I turn, you press start. It's next to the preheater.
He's downplaying his excitement. The lieutenant is more than happy to
Cute.
show off his precious carriage.
Press
The
start.
dashboard lights up with orange glow. The rounds per minute gauge jumps, and the engine of the Caprice Canadian
That's loud.
with a whiny growl.
Press the button labeled
The
headlights.
lights unfold with a little click, casting electrical light onto the ground before the vehicle.
There you go. I'll turn them off from the remote once you're done. We just need to stand in front of the machine now.
Close the door. And let's go over here.
As you hold your ledger's clip under the headlamp, an iridescent hologram appears. A street grid and the veins of a great river. A familiar sensation washes over you.
There she is. Revachol West.
There's a note of pride in the lieutenant's voice.
Around the borders of the watermark are dozens, no, hundreds of micro perforations.
Look at the
There are many
perforations.
of them, and they are divided into 3 separate rows.
Tally up the different
first
rows.
row has 18 dots.
And what about the next one?
The next is the longest. It runs all the way around the border, and then some.
Count them.
You count 216 perforations. Considering that nice, large number, a wave of pride washes over you. Though you can't say why, precisely.
And the last row?
The last row has 3 perforations.
3, that's it? And look at the grid.
The rectangular watermark is overlaid with the logo of the RCM, and yet the major arteries of Revachol are all recognizable. They shimmer in the Kanema's headlights.
Wait, look
The
around
route
you.
brazenly darts past you and disappears amongst the stopped lorries. In the distance, a child somewhere shrieks. A woman reprimands her in a voice no quieter than the child's cry.
Ah, Martinez.
Where are we on
Let me
this?
see. Right here.
He says, his finger near the top of the map, a segment on the coast jutting out into the ocean. Seems nice.
It does not.
Hey Kim, what do these holes
Those
mean?
are perforations. They represent your record as an officer of the RCM. They are your statistics, as it were. I should have guessed you'd keep a record. Officers often do. Let's take a look.
Alpha male officers who are proud of their numbers often do. It's meant.
The first row represents your years of service. 18 years. Okay, not bad at all. What did you do before you volunteered?
Got drunk like a megastar. Walk the land telling whores and liars of the end to come. There are 9,855 days remaining. Wait, 18 years I've done this?
That's what it says. I might have guessed even longer based on your age. What did you do all those blissful
Okay, he's
years
curled
of
up.
your youth?
My hand has been held hostage now. Do you really think I have any idea?
Fair point. Let's move on, shall we? This next row, the one that wraps all the way around, is your number of closed cases. Closed is good. It means finished. You've got, let's see.
Put this back down.
Wow, more than 200.
216 to be exact.
That's quite a lot, even for someone who's been on the force for nearly 2 decades.
Yeah.
Usually, clearing more than 10 cases a year puts you in the 90th percentile of all RCM officers.
So you're saying I used to be a super cop?
Call it what you want. You were a valuable member of your precinct. Now, let's look at the last row. Right. Those are your confirmed kills. You've got precisely 3 perforations there.
So I'm a killer.
For an RCM officer, especially Precinct 41, which is in the Jamrock quarter, it's rather tame. I mean that in a good way.
What's it feel like to kill a man, Mr. McCoy? A young woman asked the man across the desk from her. Honestly, babe, says John McCoy, crossing his ankles over said desk. I don't feel anything anymore. It's just like brushing my teeth. I do it once or twice a week and don't really think about it. There's no trace of guilt in his voice.
There are certain officers who treat their kills like some kind of ghoulish game. If they do happen to solve a case, it's usually by accident.
It's obvious the lieutenant doesn't think very highly of these
But
officers.
it seems as though you are, or at least were, one of the good ones. So we have that to be thankful for.
How do you handle the strain?
Everyone has their own method of coping. Some more effective or self-destructive than others.
He gives you a meaningful look.
Personally, I find it helps to keep up a few hobbies.
Like what?
Oh, this and that. Let's not get into it now.
Maybe I should find a
Why
hobby.
not gardening? You've already got the gloves.
It's meant in earnest. Please don't mistake it for a jab.
Thanks for this.
The lieutenant nods.
Okay, let's go.
Right. I'll go turn off the lights.
He presses remote control on the key. Okay. Now that I zoomed out, I can actually see some more shit. Okay. Let's see. Some great tectonic forces cracked the pavement like an egg. An ancient fountain, it doesn't pump water anymore. There's a tree in it. A helpline to the company that controls the drawbridge. Waterlock out of order until Wednesday at 7:15 a.m. Electrochemistry gloves. What's this? Roy's Pawn Shop. Fast cash for faster times. Some kind of machine, an antique cash register? Bust of a woman. The plaque simply says DEI. In the dark, a film projector is whirling away. Most military wear, a few more eccentric fashions thrown in.
You see rows of toy soldiers guarding the rest of the trinkets.
Percy, you're making my leg
displayed
fall
on the table.
asleep.
Some on horseback, others in rags, others yet in bright blue uniforms. All are stern and unyielding in their duty. Try to find something pretty and cool here. Then use it to win her back.
Win her back?
Yes. Buy something nice. A figurine. This sounds off. You shouldn't trust this guy.
Dig up a truly cool figurine in a box under the table.
Everything you pick out
Nope.
seems faded, chipped, and sad somehow. Most of them are just broken toys.
Step away. Let's
The
see.
boom boxes on the shelf look well loved and well traveled. Chipped, dented, they stare at you with the unblinking eyes of their tape reels.
Stand on the tips of your toes to
One
see more.
especially catches your eye. Deep gold and amber plastic with a big old handle on top. A classic boombox that says Stereo 8 approved. This is you. golden orange. A sunset suite. Just make sure it works before you buy it.
If police work means playing tapes, sure, you can use it for that. Or any other time you'd need to play a tape.
Like a beach party. With sand and sun and seagulls dancing on the breeze.
Thanks for clearing that up, Roy.
It's a consumer device with professional applications.
That's all. Percy, what are you doing? Okay, so let's see. 80% done with that shit so far. Okay, hey Roy. Talk to me.
It's not often that I see officers from the RCM in my pawn shop. What can I do for you?
His courtesy is not insincere, but he prefers being alone with his projector, just watching the movement of light across the walls of the shop.
Sorry, I feel like I'm interrupting you.
No, not at all. I guess I haven't had many customers lately, RCM or otherwise.
Who are your customers usually?
All kinds of people come through here. Locals, travelers, people looking for a deal, people looking for a keepsake, people who are terminally bored. As you can see, I have a wide selection of goods for everyone to choose from.
Quite the collection indeed.
It keeps me entertained.
You might be able to aid our investigation.
But I can try and answer any questions you may have.
Know anything about the recent hanging?
I do my best to keep my distance from all manner of butchery. Bad for business, bad for everyone.
He doesn't know anything.
Actually, that's all I've got.
His gaze is already fixed on the dancing colors.
You happen to have guns like the ones carried by
Someone
cops?
else came here earlier today asking the same question. I promptly
That's
sold
where my
her
gun
the
is.
you pawned a couple days back.
Oh boy.
This is a pawn shop, and it did feel as if you've met before. Oh God. The lieutenant shifts from one foot to another. Alert.
Wait, I sold you my gun?
With Kim here too. That just sounded really, really bad.
You were adamant about getting rid of it, officer. Said you were undeserving of a service weapon of the Revachol Citizens Militia. And I don't like keeping guns around the shop for long. Off the charts photon emissions. The unhealthy kind.
He's not telling you the whole story. It seems he's trying to spare you.
I feel like there's something you're not telling me.
You weren't quite yourself, officer.
What was I like?
You were very distraught. You said the gun was a threat to your life and that you can't trust yourself with it tonight. And that you need the money. When I said that I don't normally buy firearms, you put the gun barrel in your mouth and sort of sucked on it. Then I agreed to take it.
I'm so sorry you had to see me in that state. We don't have to talk about it any further.
No apologies necessary, officer.
Was the buyer a policeman
She
too?
didn't seem like a policeman, although she kept referring to herself as a pig, which was odd. I found her interest in the gun a bit obsessive, but I was just happy to get rid of it, and of her. Truth be told, she was terrifying.
Right, so let me get this right. You sold your sidearm, issued by the Citizens Militia, and now a civilian is running around the streets of Martinez with you.
Miraculously, his face does not reveal what's happening inside.
I don't like it either. What if she intends to commit a crime and blame it on the citizens?
You're right that she could cast aspersions on the force. We have to find out.
Any idea where I can find this buyer?
My apologies, officer, but I have no idea where she was coming from or where she went.
That's not
Needle
good.
in a haystack. There is nothing you can do about it now. You just have to hope you luck upon her somehow.
At least I know how I lost my sidearm.
Of course.
There's something I want to sell.
Let me have a look.
Access your pawn menu.
Anything else you're thinking of selling? Another time, perhaps.
Hey, so we've been monitoring you internally, and now we know your combo type.
Wait, there are couple
Yes.
types?
Guess what's yours?
I'm sorry, sorry, cop.
Yes, sorry cop. The cop who's sorriest. Let's make it official then, shall we? Huge lack of enthusiasm going on in here.
Okay, but what are the other capo types?
You know, Apocalypse, Superstellar, the Advanced Interesting Cop, Liquid Shadow Cop. But you're too sorry to say those things. So, here we go?
Yeah, I'm not sorry. I changed my mind.
No, you don't. Come on. You'll be back to saying sorry in 2 minutes. Stop wasting time and begin the repentance.
Won't they be jealous?
Jealous of the sorry cop? I think they'll be fine. Don't worry. They'll be super, super fine. It'll be totally okay. You can dual copo type from sorry to anything.
I guess I'm sorry
Of
then.
course you are. It's okay. See if you can
Thought
get
gained
something
rigorous self-critique.
info. Or maybe every time you say you're sorry, you get $1 million. That won't happen. Volumetric ship compressor. Bizarre scientific news from Rivershore West today, where a police officer's shit has been observed at a pressure of around 495 gigadecimals. These metallic hydrogen levels of shit togetherness were thought to exist only at the center of collapsing stars, not law officials. It remains to be seen how long the shit singularity lasts.
All endurance, white checks unlocked. Learning cap for endurance raised to 4. Cool. And then rigorous self-critique. -1 authority, embarrassment to the party. Research time 6 hours. You're one sorry piece of shit. Cop pertinent, a flagellant cop monk, but this is not the right line of work for you. You should be groveling at the feet of a feudal lord, providing lurid evidence against yourself at a Mazovian show trial, or ripping the flesh from your back with the cat o' nine tails. Whatever made you this way, you can be damn sure it was your own fault. Do it. Really criticize yourself. Who knows, you might uncover something of importance about your guilt-ridden past. Internalize. Okay, and then Hobo Cop's going great. Okay. Well, I still have to track down my gun and my badge. I still have to get money. Ask your station for additional funds. Oh god. Figure out who called in the crime. Actually inspect the body. Find out. Ask Kuno if he knows anything. Who else has unauthorized access to the Whirling Rags trash? Read your ledger and name the case. This case needs an official name. Go to your inventory, interact with damage alert to give it one. Okay. Well. Wait, I actually wanted to check my...
It's just a racist mug. What's there to read here? Oh boy, here we go. What are you going to say about a broken, tossed-away mug that you dug out of the garbage?
Mug is an example of prejudice?
It was in the trash. Why not just call it out when you...
Okay. Can I get rid of this somehow? I was hoping to sell it, honestly, but... I guess it's stuck with me now. Okay. Oh, it's snowing now.
Good morning to you, officers.
A burly man hangs out by the waterlock, carving up a generous serving of salami with an old hunter's knife. His eyes are fixed on a man stranded on the other side of the waterlock and on an enormous billboard that has fallen down into the canal between them.
know what caused this wreckage. First things first, what are you doing here, man on the
My
waterlock?
friend Barry the Butcher is stuck on the other side of the waterlock. I'm keeping him company and eating his salami.
From the corner of your eye, you see a man in a yellow shirt and grey overalls waving at you from across the canal. He seems disappointed about the wreckage on the waterlock and the salami.
Very good stuff. Anything I can do for you, officer?
The man on the waterlock picks a skin off a slice of salami and takes a sizable bite. Do you know what caused the
I
wreckage?
wasn't here to witness it, but those look like tire tracks on that sign. Weird, huh? Then again, plenty of daredevil drivers in Revachol.
The words Daredevil Driver sound ominous to you.
Too bad it also takes a year and a day to repair anything around here. Especially
Mel.
Waterloo.
Hey Gabe, how you
The rest of
doing?
the coast is closed off till then.
I'm just having a chill night. Hope everything's disco today. Everything is disco today. I'm honestly really enjoying like all of this voicing because like listening to your Thai actually yell at you and say like you should arrest this guy is hilarious. So, how's your night going? What's further down the
Well,
coast?
there's the fishing village, an abandoned fish
It was honestly great, and I did once again reach up to grab my tie, have a heart attack, and die the first time I played. So this is technically my second time playing this tonight. So night's going fine. I got my ass kicked in a bunch of the New Boy DLC. Oh, what's that? What's the new DLC?
Yeah, not really much else. Just bombed out ruins.
Can I have some salami?
Sure thing.
Thanks,
Want
man.
some too, officer?
Why not?
Right, bye. Cool. I got some salami. The Binding of Isaac. Ah, gotcha. Right. I haven't ever played that, actually. I've been told to. Never got around to it, though. Delicious salami. I don't even know the last time I had salami, to be honest. I think, like, I might have stolen some from, like, one of my dad's sandwiches a while ago. If you like roguelikes, I think Isaac has the best loot. I'm so-so on roguelikes. So, like, I really enjoyed Hades, but, like, I appreciated that it wasn't a true roguelike in the sense that I still, like, was progressing a little bit with levels and stuff, making the game a bit easier.
A simple little cadence. He seems to be making it up as he goes.
From another planet. Hey there.
What's going on?
Jam, my man.
He motions towards the sprawl of lorries with a sweeping gesture. What's the jam?
It's a traffic jam for the ages. Harbor gates up the street are shut tight. No explanation given. Workers on strike, scabs agitating. All around clusterfuck.
With Isaac, over time you unlock more characters and items, but it does depend on you getting more familiar with it over time. Okay. I can dig that then.
Meanwhile,
I should
we're all
definitely give it a
stuck
shot if I
in
ever get it.
long-haul limbo.
I'm sure it's like
Days
probably in
upon
Humble Bundle
days
or something
upon
at some
days.
point. Either that or one of my two friends probably that I share Steam share with probably has it. Thinking about that now. So between us, I think between my library, my roommate's library, and my friend Sam's library, which is actually how I'm playing Disco Elysium right now, I think there's something like 600 games, 700 games. So, how long have we
Feels
been
like
here?
Like I was born on this here roundabout.
I'd love to
This
hear
is
what you
all
think
I
if you
ever
try
knew.
it. I will definitely let you know if I
Just
do.
the metal and the tires,
So I
the
have
oil and the
quite a
fumes
few
of the
games that I'm in the process of right now, so it won't be for a while yet, though.
Mazout is an antiquated term for heavy fuel oils. This man has a barely suppressed performative streak, or he just likes unusual words.
Totally fair.
Yeah.
So, because I know that I'm playing this Friday, I'm gonna go back to God of War. I'm probably just gonna keep this for Wednesdays because I just really wanted to play it. I really wanted to play it so bad. And then Sundays Kingdom Hearts, and then later on, what was it? Later on April, or later on May. I forget what month it is, but I'm gonna wind up playing the Mass Effect games again. So when the HD remaster comes out. Know anything about the Dead Man?
He ain't one of us drivers. I know that.
That sounds like a rad docket. Yeah, it's a lot of fun. Also, how was the rest of Rhythm Doctor, by the way? I was popping in and out, so I don't remember if I actually saw you finish all of it.
It's easy to see he's telling the truth. He's kept his nose out of the dark stuff.
Analyzing the fundamental structural and psychological conditions of being stranded in the midst of a sea of
I finished the campaign. It was a lot of fun. I'm glad. It looked really like difficult at times, especially when it started getting the weird glitchy versions. I was like, oof, I don't know how I would do that section. I love rhythm games, but they're hard as hell sometimes. And what's your conclusion?
A sense of surprise there ain't more bodies hanging from more trees.
Tell me about the strike.
It's like whatever's going on over
It's amazing how something so simple can be so difficult, right? But that's actually what makes like some designs really, really good, is like when a game mechanic has something so down pat that like it's actually really entertaining just to have the game mechanic in general. So, because like, I'm trying to think of what it was. I think actually a really good example is, funny enough, Kingdom Hearts. Like, there's one mechanic that I absolutely despise in everything but the very newest one, Kingdom Hearts 3, and that's the gummy ship mechanic, like the vehicle combat. It's absolutely atrocious, but like they actually worked and refined it in 3, and now I actually really like it in 3. So like if you just focus on one mechanic sometimes and really hone it, it's really worth it. Yeah, they got a lot of mileage out of the mechanic, like an indie scale, Rhythm Heaven. Nice. I play a couple of rhythm games. I also play like
Some pretty wild stuff I hear.
I play Muse Dash and Demo as well. I did love how janky you could make the gummy ship. You could make it so weird. I think there's one where it was a like blueprints for a Cactuar one, which I thought was always funny. Which rhythm games do you play? I have Muse Dash. I have Demo, which I find a lot of fun. I occasionally re-download it on my phone because I find it really fun. I do kind of want to try the PlayStation version though, because I think it came out with like a PSVR version. Not that I have the VR headset, but I would try and see if I could do it. I have old copies of DDR actually that I recently got again. So when I actually moved out here, I didn't have my dance pads. I had accidentally forgotten them, so my dad finally mailed them back to me. So yeah, it's a DDR Extreme 1 and 2. You haven't tried those yet? Demo is really fun. It's free. It's a phone game. They have paid versions, but you get a lot of songs just for free in general. It has a very pretty like little story behind it and a lot of really pretty 2D art. If you've ever played Okage Shadow King, it's actually got a character very reminiscent of the Shadow character from that, which is how I found it in the first place. But it's honestly, the music is gorgeous, and they constantly add like books and like just a collection of music that you can buy. Muse Dash, I believe, also has a phone version, but it's also on Steam. It is like $3 or so, I think. And the mechanics are much more simple, opposed to Demo, where it's like a pseudo piano. Muse Dash is literally just an up and a down, and you have to time it just right while hitting all the icons and stuff, as well as dodging certain things, and also fighting enemies, sort of. So it's pretty fun. And Muse Dash is really, really just like visually distracting at times, though, because it's very, very bright, poppy art. So it does kind of give me a bit of a headache to play it for too long.
They want to keep that money flowing.
Oh, cool. Yeah.
He doesn't blame them, but he's not on their side. That's for sure.
Anything else?
Yeah, this ain't really my area of expertise. I just do my job and get paid. I have things to do and places to be. All of us do.
All of
us
who?
lorry drivers. Camioners. You still hang around here waiting.
Half of the challenge in some rhythm games is not getting distracted by the visuals. That's pretty fair.
Or late.
It's actually really, really difficult in that one. You do get very distracted by the visuals. So they do a really good job of that. Some of the levels have like much more saturated like notes to hit than others. So it's really cool. And they're also like themed too.
Chasing transient pleasures is a
I've also been meaning to play, I don't have it yet, but I've been meaning to play No Straight Roads. It's another like rhythm beat 'em up kind of game that came out, I think, for the Switch a little while ago.
Oh, high-grade narcotics, illegal firearms, stuff like that.
Time to arrest him. Relax. He's merely joking.
Ha! No, I'm joking, my man. Found runs
Oh,
a
I heard
nice
good things
crew.
about No Straight
This
Roads.
haul of cargo is mostly
Yeah,
sporting
a
goods.
friend of mine really liked it.
tracksuits,
So
that kind of
the same friend whose boyfriend worked on Rhythm Doctor. So she really liked it. So I was like, okay, I really should give it a shot. So because she compared the art a little bit to like early Psychonauts concept art and stuff, which was like, yes, good. That's my
They
absolute
usually get
favorite.
shipped to Grodd and the Oxys. Though we've been making headway in the Il Moran market lately.
Oh, hell yeah.
We're pals and all, but I can't just freely hand out the merchandise.
The man taps his fingers rhythmically against his arm.
I'm good
be
for
a
now. Good
stranger.
talk. Nice. All you had to do was say Psychonauts. I love Psychonauts. I played it again, God, a few weeks ago, I want to say. So I honestly adore it so much. It's one of my absolute favorite games. It's fun to see how much easier they made the Steam version versus the PS2 version. Nice, it's so good, right? Let's see if I can go check this body now. I fucked up a few times. Oh, I should actually talk to Kuno too. Hello, Kuno.
Can't you see I'm throwing rocks?
Look, I have questions.
Alright, entertain the Kuno.
I'm just hoping 2 is just as good, right? Like, it's really funny to me that I technically bought and paid for 2 years ago at this point. So, oh boy, it's Kuno. Yeah, Kuno's such a little bitch.
Irregular speech patterns. Overconfidence. Could this kid be on drugs? This
I tried to
woman's
deck this kid, but I
further
stumbled over myself. Oh no. That's actually hilarious. Body, what do you know about it?
Shitload pig. What's your question?
Don't tell the pig shit, Kuno. Pig's joking. He's totally joking.
Help.
If I were to want to waste my time, which I do not, I would ask them who he is, how he got there, and the usual.
The usual being. Have you seen anything out of the ordinary? Or have you seen anything suspicious?
Do you know who he was?
Kuno's fucking. Kuno uses the fucking for target practice.
He's trying to hide the fact that he doesn't know.
I meant who he was before he died.
Knows what you meant. Kuno's not a snitch. That's all. Trying to make Kuno sing into the popo.
Kuno's model kind of reminds me of the Psychonauts character, one I'd really like to deck. Oh, Bobby Zilch. I hated him so much. So you actually know Raz's voice actor, Richard Horowitz, has recently been in Vivzy Pop's animations on YouTube, the Hell of a Boss ones. Do you know how he got up there?
Climbed. Kuno was busy down the road when that shit went down.
So you didn't see it
You
happening.
had Kuno. Kuno wasn't even in Martinez. Kuno wasn't in Revachol. Kuno wasn't regional.
Love that dude's voice, right? I find it so funny that I'm pretty sure, wasn't he in Angry Beavers too?
I don't know. Some
Zim himself. Yeah, he was Zim.
Mesco.
God.
I don't know.
I haven't thought about it. Yeah, he was Daggett. Oh, good. I'm glad I was right about that. So it's been so long since I've seen both Zim and Two Angry Beavers.
There is no Night City anywhere.
Although I did see that new Zim movie. I didn't know how to feel about it.
Science fiction novel.
Have you seen it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Kuno didn't smoke him, if that's what you mean.
He trusts not up his
Thanks,
nose.
Kuno. That's one name you can now cross off the list.
You see anyone suspicious around?
Just a couple of pigs sniffing around in the dirt. That seems pretty fucking suspicious.
Yeah, you did.
Kuno.
Nice. What'd you think?
Yeah, you tell the faggoty, Kuno.
Looks like you're a fagari now. Whatever that means. The
It's a little different from the
suspicious
series proper, but I was laughing my ass off at it. It has some really good comedy. It was really weird to like see such smooth animation for it. It's kind of like the same feeling that I had with Naruto versus Boruto. Like it's bizarre to just see something that you grew up with and like with such different quality having this like really clean, bright art to it.
You're testing Kuno's patience here.
Yeah,
Right, Pig. This is where Kuno plays with his little wooden choo-choo. What do you want with it?
Yeah, they had a very different team for the movie, for sure. So sometimes they can't get the original team back for, like, doing things, so I don't even know how much of the original team worked on the movie. What's in the greenhouse?
Kiptas gardener used to work there.
I love some of the new designs. The new Professor Membrane is rad.
Kit
Yeah.
is
A lot of the
pejorative
designs are
term
really,
used to
really cool.
describe people of South Seminese or Erie Upper
I brought the new art book last year. Oh, you did? That's really cool. I haven't... Oh, God. I don't even know the last time I got an art book. I think the last time I was able to get an art book, I should say. Unless you count, like, the Gorilla's Almanac that I recently got. Probably the last one I got was a friend of mine gifted me the Batman Arkham series, like, art book, which was really, really nice to see. You used to work there?
Yeah, that's what Kuno said. She couldn't handle the heat, so she took off. Kuno can take it.
Ooh, nice. I recall them talking about how the old team was a bunch of horror buffs, which the movie team was missing, which explains why it's so much more comedy than humor. That does actually explain a lot.
Look, Kuno doesn't explain shit. Kuno just says shit.
He looks you in the eye and nods if he's agreeing with himself.
Yeah, her. What was she doing in the greenhouse in March anyway? What kind of gardening is
I
done
should ask
in
her
March?
about that.
Yes, it seems suspicious. You don't like things being like that. Suspicious.
Dead man's clothes were in the trash container. How'd they get there?
Kuno doesn't know shit about that. That shit is beneath Kuno.
I could now.
Listen. Kuno doesn't care about this small-time shit. Just
I really want to track down the Space Dandy art book still. Oh my god, I love Space Dandy. I need to get more art books. I only have 2, the other being the Venture Brothers one. Oh, that's cool. I haven't seen that one in ages, mostly because I just haven't seen, like, Adult Swim or anything like that in so long, or Cartoon Network. But Space Dandy was so good. It's honestly one of the few anime that, like, I didn't grow up with that I prefer to watch the dub of, just because I absolutely adore everything about it. Like, it is peak comedy. Like, it's so good. Other than that, like, I think the only other dub I tend to prefer usually is Yu Yu Hakusho, but that's just because, like, I adore its campiness, even as dumb as it is.
Kuno could hook you up with some sweet rags. Shit like Kuno's wearing. Your size, good price. 500 real. Pig, these are found modulars. Liquid fit, performance crotch, urban survival shit. Made in Mirova by scientists. Pants scientists.
Yeah, it's weird not to hear Chris Sabat yelling, "Urameshi!" Right? So it's honest, the dub was done simultaneously, but technically aired first. I remember that because I actually watched the night it aired on Toonami, because Toonami brought it back. Or it was when Toonami brought back temporarily. And honestly, like, it is actually, I think, the most weird thing. I watched it when it premiered too. Nice. I think the most weird thing is actually when you go, and if you've ever seen the Yu Yu Hakusho movie, for some reason they couldn't get the original dub actors, so they're all new voices, and it is the most bizarre thing for literally all of them, especially because they don't call, like, Kuwabara, they call him Kazuma, and so, like, it's like, why are you calling him by his first name all of a sudden? This is random.
Believe it, you need
I sat down and watched it with my mom, presenting it as by Cowboy Bebop dude, then felt awkward about all the curl oogling gags. Oh my god. That's actually hilarious, but I'm also so sorry. I forgot it was by the Cowboy Bebop guy. Do you mean, just was it the same team, or was it, like, the same voice actor? Watanabe. Okay. Thank you.
They will also make you into an idiot.
Look, Kuno ain't seen shit lying around, except for that.
Same director on the project. Gotcha.
Now you want performance gear or not, Grandpa?
He did Bebop and Shampoo. Oh, I haven't seen Shampoo in so long. God. There was so much good anime that I used to watch. I actually was, like, thinking about it before, how I haven't seen, like, anime in so long, that I was doing my nails, right? and I always fuck up my nails, so I'm like, okay, let's catch up with something. Let's watch something. So I just sit here and I don't do anything and fuck up my nails. So I actually wound up catching up with all of season 2 for Dr. Stone. So
Whatever. Kuno was trying to help you, but you're too fat for
but that's I
balls
think the
anyway.
most recent anime that I've seen. Ooh, nice. Yeah, I highly recommend it if you haven't seen it. So it gives me a whole lot of feel good vibes, even as like dumb as the premise is sometimes.
That's just some shit roofing gimps left behind, lazy dinks.
I'm up to date with the Dr. Stone manga. Oh, nice. I was planning on reading it. What do you think?
He's hiding something.
Because I know that sometimes like manga anime translations aren't the greatest, and like in certain cases, the anime actually does a better job of presenting the story. So like, Attack on Titan, the anime, a lot of people tend to prefer just because it cleans up a lot of the issues that the manga had.
Of course, sire. Better not anger the Kuno with this silliness.
Look at that fucking shit. You're trying to get Kuno killed. Fuck does Kuno know? Kuno's not a fucking acrobat.
The lieutenant takes a quick note in his notebook.
It's a trap, Kuno! Don't climb it, Kuno!
Yeah, whatever. Kuno doesn't give a shit. Yeah, like a fucking volcano. Yeah.
I think the anime is an okay adaptation. The manga's still going pretty strong, though. There's some pacing issues here or there, but it's kept up the quality pretty well. That's good to hear, actually, because I know, like, it's been difficult watching the One Piece anime, for example. I caught up with it a while ago, and now occasionally I, like, fall 10 or 20 episodes behind and then have to catch up again, because, like, I'm caught up with the manga as well, so, like, watching them translate almost, like, one episode to one manga chapter, or sometimes one half of a manga chapter, is, like, torture. So a lot of things have a lot of pacing issues sometimes. Yeah, I feel that.
Yeah. Kuno's got some advice for you.
The kid looks to his left and then his right, and then he leans toward
Where are
you.
Like 80, right? Maybe you should stop embarrassing yourself in front of a fucking kid.
I caught up with One Piece when the Ines lobby was wrapping up and never looked back at the anime. You know, that's perfectly fair and understandable.
Perhaps
I wound up,
energy and turn it into some sort of a Kuno-fied non-vomiter.
Kuno-fied non-vomiter?
Don't ask questions. Roll with it.
I'm up with the manga too. Nice. I was gonna say, whatchamacallit. I wound up catching up with the anime while I was actually doing my thesis back in college, and then I managed to keep up with it. So I want to say I caught up sometime. Were they in Dressrosa then? They were either at the tail end of Dressrosa or part of the way through the whole Cake Island arc. So I watched a ridiculous amount. And then I caught up with the manga in... I remember I read like 860 something chapters in about a week. A little less than a week. And I was like, I don't know how the fuck I read all of that, but I caught up with the manga. Yeah, I'm simultaneously proud and like embarrassed that I was able to do that. Okay, I'm off.
Kuno doesn't fucking care.
Thanks, Kuno. Got any favorite arcs or characters? Yeah, I would say I love Ace a lot. He was great. I love Law because I think that his character is actually really interesting and really tragic, and they're doing a whole lot of shit with that. Robin is fantastic, and I love her. What else? Let's go talk to Kunones.
Kuno, the pig's getting pretty close
As
to
for
me.
favorite arc,
Snuff my shit out, I think.
I really do think that Dressrosa was a really good one. It was very strong written-wise, and like it had a lot of emotional pulse, and it had a lot of Luffy just like fucking shit up, which was kind of really nice to watch. And then it was really just amusing to see like Law go from, God, this kid is so annoying, I'm gonna manipulate the shit out of him, to like, I'm either gonna watch him beat him or die with him. And I'm like, wow, you went from 0 to 10 very fast. I love Robin's morbid sense of humor so much. She's great, and I'm just so happy that like she's genuinely happy after all of the shit that she's been through.
Looks like it's time for me to go, Kuno. Pig's come to take me in.
I just want to ask some questions, kid.
Going away for a long, long time, Kuno.
For sure. What about you? What are your favorite characters or arcs?
What's going on there? Fuck are you trying to pull, pig?
Hmm.
Stay away from me, pig.
What a brat. Okay. So let's see. I'm the one person in the world whose favorite arc is the Long Land. Oh my god, really? I hate that arc. You really are. I hated that arc so much. The only good thing about it was, like, I'm pretty sure it's where they introduced Kuzan, wasn't
There
it?
He still is, looking right through you.
Also, I have a
With his
couple
right
of,
eyes,
like, One Piece
the body
manga,
below
so...
is entirely dedicated to
Let's
that
see.
corpse smell.
Oh, shit.
Is all it
I can do this now. The Luffy-Foxy fight is one of the most brilliantly paced fights in the series. Okay, that is a pretty good fight, I will admit that. There's one specific anime-only arc that I really did like that I don't remember. It was the one where they were, like, breaking into the Marines base. And I don't remember the name of it for the life of me. G7? Yeah. One Piece is too long. One Piece really is long. Volsels? Is that how you say your name? Anyway, hi. How's your night going? It is very long.
What's hanging in front of you is
The funny thing is this is not even like the longest manga.
tattoos and tendons.
Do they always do that?
They do after 7 days, yes. We are deep in decomposition here.
Oh yeah, Volsels. Nice. How's your night going? Or day, if it's day for you. For me, it's 11:25, so
His skin
night.
is greenish, marbled with decaying veins, and blotched by lividity. A fading web of tattoos covers his chest and shoulders. The cargo belt used to fasten him to the branch above appears industrial in strength.
Inspect the boots.
The material appears to be ceramic. Its clean white stands in stark contrast to the decaying flesh above the knee. The man wore thick polymer
Favorite characters would be tough. In the crew, Robin and Frankie are my faves. Outside, there's so many good ones. That's pretty fair. But Robin and Frankie are honestly great.
delicate and fragile. They
Frankie
feel
had,
alien
like,
to the world
such a tragic backstory, too, for someone introduced as, like, such a comedic character.
These are clearly not boots.
Bon Clay and Whitebeard are so good.
Possibly part
Alright, how are you enjoying the game so far? Bon Clay is a really interesting one. I kind of am pissed at Whitebeard sometimes, though, because he kind of just, like, unilaterally decided, like, yeah, I'm gonna go, like, basically get myself killed and not even, like, give my kids a chance to say goodbye when I say I care about them so much, and then leave them with all these issues. And it's like, you tried to be a good father, and I respect that, but, like, you kind of treated them like shit towards the end by, like, not respecting them as people. But I'm enjoying the game a lot. I've played it before, a while ago, but I really am appreciating the fact that I don't have to read all of this myself. I think the voice acting is really done really, really nicely, so I'm just really enjoying it. You loved Frankie's backstory. I haven't gotten past the part in One Piece where they get the blonde chef dude on the ship. That's the Beretti arc, and you're talking about Sanji. That's completely understandable and fair. I would say that if you do want to revisit it, I do recommend, at the very least, just finishing out the arc pretty much immediately after that one, because that's actually one of the more well-rounded and, like, well-written arcs in this series. It's like Nami's backstory and stuff, so it's really quite good if you do manage to get into it. And if not, no worries. One Piece isn't for everybody. But what are your favorite animes?
Indeed. Technically speaking, these are sabatons, not boots. Ceramic plate, zirconium dioxide.
That's a fair analysis, Whitebeard. I wasn't the smartest dude, but I loved his interactions with people. I think his interactions with people were pretty cool, especially when they have, like, the kind of, like, pseudo-flashbacks to his, like, talks with, like, Roger and everything.
Under the hill.
Oh, okay. I heard they were adding full voice acting to the game, so I almost put it off for... So I put it off for almost a year. Gotcha. So...
This is advanced stuff.
I played it, before it actually had come out, funny enough. They premiered it at PAX 2018, PAX West 2018. So I actually managed to play it. And this is the final cut with all the voice acting. And you're an Evangelion diehard. You know what? That's fair. Who's your favorite characters in it? And do you prefer the manga, the anime, or the movies? And I think the 3.0+1 is supposed to come out at some point. It was polarizing, but I love a lot about it. I love the fact that the author was kind of just like, when they're like, oh, did you specifically use this imagery and blah, 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 and he's like, no, I just used, like, crosses and, like, religious imagery the same way that, like, Westerners use Eastern. Like, I just used it for the aesthetic. I love that so much.
It is. It's expensive.
You've never read the manga? Okay. I have a friend that really, really liked it, and she said it's interesting to see the differences in the characters between all of them. Anno is an interesting creator. Yeah, for sure.
At that time, we've lost 6 men to semi-automatics.
How much are we talking
For a
about?
full set, about 4 years.
Oh, shit. I forgot that was so expensive.
Northwest region of Revachol, an officer's average yearly income is 5,000.
And the original show and movie is the best. Gotcha. There's one creator that manga came after the show. Yeah. I adore Yoshihiro Togashi as a creator. Just saying, because he managed to do the impossible, which is he finished an amazing series. He started a second one where he actually got the say in like how often it gets updated, and he married Sailor Moon's creator, which is great. One day he'll release another Hunter x Hunter chapter, right? And the new movies are pretty cool, but just not the same. Speaking of old anime, you know that I don't know if you've watched it, but they're actually re-releasing Shaman King. They're coming out with like a new version, and I'm so pumped. They just released the OP earlier, like today, and it was so good. I love Hunter x Hunter, a fucking course, best shonen besides Dragon Ball. Oh yeah, I heard that. I used to adore Shaman King so much as a kid. I love Dragon Ball. You're talking about the original Dragon Ball, right? Like when Goku was a kid? Leo Rio is my boy. Leo Rio got so good. I hated them. I hated him originally.
As a wage, it's
but I was just like, as time got on, he just became one of like the most reliable and relatable characters. Especially when you have characters like Kurapika, who's just like edgy as fuck, and like, yes, it's very, very tragic that happened to your people, but like, can you just chill for 5 minutes maybe? Yeah, baby Goku. I watched all of Dragon Ball minus Super because I couldn't stand listening to Goku's voice in Japanese, considering I had listened to it for so long in English, and I was planning on waiting to listen to it in English, and then just never really got around to it. Kurapika is proto Sasuke. I mean, technically, didn't Sasuke come first? Because Naruto started coming out in 1999, and I'm pretty certain that Hunter x Hunter didn't start until like the 2000s. Nope, Hunter x Hunter came first. It did. Okay. I don't remember the year Hunter x Hunter came out. So, all of the characters in Hunter x Hunter are great. Killua is also a favorite character of mine, and his whole family. Like, they're really interesting. His Japanese voice is so bad. It's so high-pitched. I, can't handle that. And I usually hate dubs, right? I was saying before, when we were talking about Space Dandy, how Space Dandy and Yu Yu Hakusho are the only shows that I actually prefer the dubs to, typically speaking. Space Dandy because I think it sounds great, and Yu Yu Hakusho purely because nostalgia. Hunter x Hunter was 98, Naruto was 99. Gotcha. Okay. I just remember that Hunter x Hunter, I'm pretty sure, was slightly after Yu Yu Hakusho, which finished in the late 90s. So I don't think that they were coming out simultaneously. Though I could be wrong on the dates. Oh. Also, speaking of, I have Hiei's necklace.
I agree. This equipment is way beyond what a guard can afford.
I actually really love my 2 necklaces. So, Yu Yu Hakusho's manga ended in 94. Okay. So it ended early 90s, not late 90s. Gotcha. I'm really awful with dates. I haven't seen Space Dandy yet. The creator said the dub is complete shit, but you know how someone is about their baby. That's fair. I mean, the thing is it came out simultaneously. It did like a worldwide simulcast. So it was the first one I saw, and I latched onto it because I think it sounded really good. So I'm looking all the stuff up I don't know off the top of my head. Fair enough, Gabe. Forgot the Bebop guy, Watanabe. Yeah, Gabe was just telling me about that before, that it was the same guy.
The locals probably scavenged it. It would be odd if he had more on after 7 days. We should keep a lookout for these species. The armor could yield information. This is one thing he might actually know.
Maybe he was just wearing these boots and not the rest of the armor. Understood.
The sabatons dangle off the man's decaying form.
Knock on the boot.
Small bell-like sound fills the air, like tapping on the side of a porcelain cup.
Yeah, I've seen 2 episodes and I really liked it. Shinichiro Watanabe, though Space Dandy, was run like an anthology series with different people handling each episode. That was when it came out, though. I don't know why I never continued. Sometimes that just happens. Like, technically I started B-Stars because I actually have a reward to redeem to force me to watch an episode of something. So my roommate forced me to watch whatchamacallit, fuck, the food one. Shit. Food Wars? He forced me to watch Food Wars, and like originally it was just the first season because I'm making him watch a Yu Yu Hakusho and he's actually enjoying it, whereas I don't really like Food Wars. But he picked the second season's first episode since I already agreed to watch the first season. So now I have to watch like the first season and plus that one episode. And then someone named Rose, who tends to come into my chats a lot, actually redeemed me to watch the first episode of Beastars, and I wound up like watching the first 6 and I like it, but I just like kind of stopped. So made a spreadsheet at one point to keep track of all the Space Dandy staff and things they worked on otherwise. Yeah, Food Wars had promise, but I think it fell kind of harshly short. I think it could have been really interesting, but like I don't know what it is, but it's hard for me to get into cooking related things. Like the only cooking related shows that I've actually enjoyed is The Great British Bake Off. Like whether it's animated or not, I just can't get into it. I always kind of remember fighting food-ons, like back when, before 4Kids TV was like Fox Kids, and it was just awful. And it's like, everything kind of seems like that, and it was really bad. Fighting food-ons, right? I'm glad you actually know what that is. It was so awful. I can remember, it's one of those shows where like with the can as its intro, right? I was gonna say it's one of the intros that I still remember, and it's like just so bad. It's like not even the Shaman King or like Digimon where they're very clearly awful, but like you can still kind of enjoy them in their own way. Fighting Food-ons was just trash through and through.
If trees were made of porcelain, this is what they call.
I never answered your question, but also Misato, Shinji, and Asuka are the best characters if I can choose that many. Of course you can. Choose as many as you'd like. So, but Shinji and Asuka, okay. I remember Fighting Food-ons too. It came on after Kirby, right back at you. Yeah, it did. It came out like, God, there were so many shows on like that whole block that I used to watch, and it's really funny to me looking back, because like I'm pretty sure they also had like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and Yu-Gi-Oh and everything on there as well.
E50, 100, 1000.
Good. Can you read it to me?
Saturday morning Fox Tunes. Yep. There was also, I don't think it was Fox, but I do remember Saturday morning cartoons. One of the shows had Sonic Underground, which is also a fun favorite.
6745.
We're not lying.
222.
We're not gonna lie to Kim. Fuck that.
Making a number. That's something.
At the point where they realized that syndicating anime was cheaper and more popular than funding originals. I mean, yeah, pretty much.
The cadaver slowly twists on the cargo belt, his torso covered in tattoos, and extremities blotched pink and blue.
Inspect
the
the belt.
hangman's knot is pulled tight by the weight of the corpse.
Yeah, that was such a sick block. It was the original Yu-Gi-Oh that had me waking up every Saturday. It was funny. So at one point I was working and I needed to like put something on in the background. So I'm like, oh, let's put on Yu-Gi-Oh. Why not? Like I can listen to this in English, know what's going on, and still be okay. And like I have fond memories of the Yu-Gi-Oh Bridge series. So I put that on. And then I accidentally got into it and I had to stop watching it because I had watched 4 seasons, and like around season 2 I had actually stopped working. So I was like, oh shit, I can't actually just keep watching this. Pokemon kind of dealt a massive blow to the original Western animation for a while. Pokemon is so good though. So I also have really weird opinions about Pokemon. I really, really liked the Sun and Moon Pokeanime. Like, I enjoyed that a lot. I love the Sun and Moon, like, the Alolan region in general. Like,
The local harbor uses 6 rotors to shuffle.
I have a little Wimpod.
I get
He's
the
so
sense
cute.
They use whatever was on hand without paying much
He sits on my Tron dock over here because I have I adore Tron. So yes, I'm glad you actually really like the Sun and Moon anime. Whatchamacallit, but I adore Tron, so I think it's actually the best probably Christmas gift. Let's do
I
that.
was afraid it would be. Things still wiring. Parallel
I really
strands.
adore Tron,
This makes
so
getting him done
I'm a
more
big fan of
problematic.
expressive animation styles. It was really nice because it was simplified, sure, and it was definitely different than the other ones, but like it was almost more consistent in a way, and it really like maintained the essence of having it be a kids show, but also like because Ash wasn't like just constantly traveling, it had this like relatively extensive set of characters that could grow with him. It was just really nice. Oh, but I was gonna say it's the best Christmas gift I ever got. It's the Tron like monster dock that was originally intended for iPhones or like iPod shuffles and stuff. iPod touches. There we go. So, and I use it actually as my computer speaker when I'm not using my headphones. It glows. It's very cute. Simplifying character designs makes higher quality animation much easier to pull off. It really, really does. Like, my god. Like, it is... There's a reason why, like, there are so many Sakuga moments in, like, a lot of anime nowadays, and it's because they specifically, like, have to pull back and make some sections of it not nearly as nice.
The brief suggested
So,
as much. Politically
there's,
motivated by the ongoing strike.
there's a reason why, like, actually, speaking of One Piece again, the Whole Cake Island arc, people hated it because the animation quality dropped, because now if you go into the Wano arc, the animation quality is through the roof. So they very specifically, like, ruined some of that on purpose so that they'd have the budget to make the entire Wano season very, very high quality. Excuse me. Mob Psycho 100 looks so incredible because they work with one's looser style. They really do. It looks so nice. Especially because, like, they do that with One Punch as well. So it's funny, since as a manga reader, the UCI is a really good arc, and I kind of very loathe Wano. Yeah, like, I'm finding it interesting because we're finding, like, a lot about, like, just in general what happened, like, what happened to Roger, what happened to Ace, what happened to all these things. But, like, in Whole Cake Island, we found out a lot about Sanji and, like, his backstory and stuff after years of not knowing anything, but, like, in a sense, they weirdly don't fit with the rest of the tone of One Piece comparatively, which is funny considering the arc just before that was Dressrosa, because before and after the time skip are two very different, like, types of anime almost. So it's really weird to kind of see, like, them gain their footing again. So my past has undergone a total annihilation. Nothing remains. My mother, the love of my life, certainly not a briefing.
You should ask me for one the first moment we get.
How did they even get him
A
up there?
noose is one of those things that's easier to use one way around.
Fair enough. Did they climb up using the kid's ladder?
That ladder can't carry a grown man. I didn't see any splintering either, did you? I think they lassoed the branch, then pulled on the belt to close the buckle.
Could be. The shape of the branch supports the theory.
Back off
The
and look at the
cadaver
corpse.
hangs from the cargo belt.
Speaking of Whole Cake Island, Capone's another easy favorite of mine. Yeah, he's interesting, and his devil fruit is so fucking bizarre.
From the right shoulder
Have you seen the movies at all? Like, I know you haven't seen all of the anime, but the movies are kind of a separate entity, so I'm not sure. But One Piece Stampede, it is very interesting to see. I haven't watched the movies. Okay, well, if you do wind up doing that, I do highly recommend Film Z, because I really, really like where they went with it. And I think the story is really interesting, and One Piece Stampede was one of the newest ones. It wasn't the greatest in general, but it had a lot of good Usopp moments, and it also has all of, like, the worst generation like appearing at one point. So it's actually just really nice to see them all kind of fight. Were these inner monologue voices fully voiced outside of the final cut? Nope, they weren't. Only certain sections. So some of the hanged man was voiced, but not all of it.
His corpse is marked by stars.
Like his corpse is marked by stars, that wasn't voiced.
Alcohol and heartbreak.
Is this the map of the night sky?
Map of the stars. I do see some similarity to.
Yeah, for most characters, only a line or two were voiced.
Great Century Machine, maybe.
There were certain sections, like the very beginning of the game.
Customized somehow.
For the very beginning of the game, it had like the intro voices voiced, like the ancient reptilian lizard brain and stuff like that. And some of Kim's lines were sometimes voiced, but it was rare that it was like the full paragraph or something like that.
As if someone left out most of the night sky.
Okay, those are great.
Through personal choice. The principle of this filter remains unknown to you. The thought dissipates, and you feel as though you were only half right.
I'm missing something.
He takes a thin piece of milled aluminium from his coat pocket and pulls it open. Sounds like a sword being unsheathed.
Besides, like, the ancient reptilian voice. Or I can't even remember if the thought cabinet had voices before besides them. They really didn't. So it's one comment that my friend actually had. He's like, I kind of wish they had 24 voices, or I kind of wish they had individualized voices for all of like the thought cabinet. But at the same time, he's like, I understand why they didn't want to hire like 24 separate people for all of the voices. I don't like one of the voices though. It's not the reptilian brain. Okay. Which voice? Was it the other one that talks back with it where it's like the very high raspy one?
This is the first time he openly acknowledges the kid's existence.
I have only 2 ampoules, so nobody move. I don't want to waste one.
A sound, a shrill flash,
that hurt.
By the breaking of a small ampoule of glass. You see streams of color pour onto the thick, glossy piece of paper, rolling out.
In case we need it. It contains insight to the victim's person.
I meant to click the
By
other
his
one.
build,
Oops.
I'd say this was a man of physical violence. The story he wanted his body to tell was important to him.
It's the squeakiest one, yeah. I think you described it better though.
Someone
Yeah,
should
it is that one.
We'll need to show it around. Sure. Just don't lose it.
It's no larger than a pack of cigarettes.
The glossy-eyed corpse looks by, his mouth mute and his skin as colorful as the chemical rainbow on the photo paper, teeming with opportunistic organisms. His eyes are milky white and blind to the world, protruding comically from their sockets. There is no one home, just subaquatic terrors there. Dark brown hair grows on his head. His face is ready to explode from the organic processes inside. The death's head grin has passed. What remains is an unrecognizable mess. Underneath the curdled meat there is an expression, not carried on his features, but below, inside, an expression of pleasure. This man was experiencing joy at the moment of his death.
Their dynamic is great though. It is.
The corpse.
Oh, what? I had an 80%.
You have no idea why you just said
Rude.
Who is he? He is male, 40 to 50, with an athletic build.
It's wild seeing this game from the beginning after knowing almost everything about it, right?
Why do you think
I'm curious, like, I'm curious to see, like, how much they actually changed and added.
The corpse looks right through you as you distance yourself from its.
The writing is very intricate. It really is. It's like, it has well over a million word count.
The monster before
Me too. I need to do a replay soon.
violent mess of green and pink. This is a trick. You've done it before. Pink is where the blood settled in the first hours post-mortem. You can use it to see if the corpse
Extremely detailed from what I've seen. It really
His
is.
position at the time of death matched the discoloration. Only the lower extremities are pink with a dash of blue. His fatted hands, thighs, and his neck, just above the noose. The rest of the corpse appears dark green in the cold spring air.
I see it. His neck too. The lividity goes right up his chin. We have good, well-pronounced discoloration here.
The monster comes back into focus, an explosion of color, coursing with dark marbled veins. His stomach appears pregnant with something. Black liquid streams down his thigh and onto his boot.
So, what do you think?
I think he's dead. I think he was upright after death. His hands and feet and neck are discolored. Something coming out of him. He's beaten up. See the bruises.
Agreed.
That.
Especially on the neck. The belt acted like a tourniquet, keeping the blood in his head. The hypostasis supports a hanging.
Could it still be he was moved after
There's
death?
always a chance. We should check for ligament marks on his neck to see if they're in tune with the belt. We'll have to get him down first.
Knees beaten.
I do. Most of them are post-mortem. Maybe even all of them. The delinquents have made our jobs harder with their little sport.
Stop talking in riddles, coin slot.
Coin slot.
You fucked him up good, Kuno. Fucked him up brutal like.
Something's coming out of
A
him.
pool of blood and feces has eaten into the frozen mud below the man's feet. Purge liquid is
Gross.
dripping into it.
It's refreshing seeing Western game writers with good taste. Too many don't. Imo and Zem is just fully absorbed in good art. It's honestly, the game's art style is gorgeous, and it's what made me like remember the game for a long fucking time after I did the original like just play test.
The fuck he's saying?
Talking about shit.
God damn it. We got lucky.
Did we? I don't feel lucky.
I think he's
I
dead.
agree.
There are crow's feet in his eyes. He's laughing silently.
The portrait art in this game is stunning. It is, like, especially when you get later on with the church, like the old church. It's so pretty. There's also like so much concept art of this game. This world no longer stores his personality and composition. There was time for that, and it ended 7 days ago. No, better just not say that too heavy.
Dabba-doob-doob-day.
He says without a hint of melody, not one muscle in his face moves.
But there is no breath to catch. Only the cadaver filling.
Oh yeah, the thought cabinet art is my favorite. Those images are very complex and wild. There's some really, really interesting ones too, where it's just like, this is so...
Examination of the cadaver. We might miss some of these things once he's down.
Knew that.
The steel reinforced
It's
belt
just like,
presents a
some of them
unique
are so
challenge.
bizarre and like
They don't see you
took
coming.
definitely a lot of thought into like exploring all of like the possibilities that you could do for a portrait, like especially the it's like the savoir-faire one, I believe, where it's like all the hands. Actually, can I click on this right now? I can. Okay. Like this one, it's like, who the fuck thinks of doing all the arms like that, like on the torso, just to show like movement? Beyond art style, they just seem to be in tune with good writing and politics, and they're funny. This is true too. They do have like really good sense of like comedic timing, but also like
He thinks it's frustrating, annoying.
giving a really good like political commentary and just making it thoughtful.
The cadaver is a good 1.2 meters up. Neither one of us can reach the belt without assistance. And even if we do, there's the question of cutting the airship strength material.
Could we shoot him down?
Bang bang time, pig. Shoot his head off.
How?
Where the buckle ties the rope to the branch. That's a good spot to aim.
There, the buckle holds the belt together.
Where? Ah, yes, I see. If the shot hits that, there might be a chance to release the belt.
Yeah, now we're talking. Entertain a Kuno with some shit.
They'll miss. The pigs will miss, Kuno.
The lieutenant is undecided. On one hand, he wants to shoot some gun. On the other, it's an awfully stupid idea.
Let me try.
The lieutenant's brow is furrowed. He appears too deep in concentration to even notice what you said. Silence. With his elbow sharp, the lieutenant unzips his jacket and produces a lightweight firearm. He drops a paper cartridge in the barrel, separates the scouring stick, and gives the cartridge 5 tucks. That's a Kiel A9090 Armistice, mass-produced muzzle loader, ascetic, frugal, one of the most common firearms in the world. He then steps back and assumes the fellow's position, taking aim. The corner of his eye twitches. His finger is on the trigger. The kid's voice is drowned in a shrill blast that echoes off the walls of...
God damn it.
Oh.
He feels bad about it. About his eyes mostly. Just having bad eyesight. Probably from a young age. Whatever you do, do not console him.
Fucking idiot! Kuno could have hit it easy, but then Kuno's not fucking handicapped, is he?
Try again, maybe?
No, we are lucky as it is. We didn't break anything, and the victim remains uncompromised. Any more mistakes could put us in an... I have to say, it's beginning to look unlikely we can get him down without assistance.
I want to shoot
Bad
it.
as it is, us shooting firearms like punks.
He pauses, then shrugs and proceeds to load the
Go ahead.
pistolet.
I'm not stopping you. Just don't lose it.
Okay.
They only have one gun.
Shut the fuck up, Kunonis.
Sorriest pair of pigs Kuno's ever seen.
Take the gun.
Take it, you fucking banana pointer. Take it and shoot yourself in the mouth.
Feel the weight first.
The cold piece of bakelite and gunmetal is surprisingly light. Your fingers fit right through the guard, instinctively resting on the trigger.
The fuck are you waiting for, Kuno? Tell him to shoot himself in the mouth.
Point the gun at the belt.
The buckle comes into focus in your sights.
With my
You
fucking
stand
gardening
with your
gloves
feet
on.
planted firmly in the ground, and your left hand supporting your gun arm.
Why don't you just shoot yourself in your mouth? At least you won't miss.
This isn't mere boundary pushing.
Oof.
There is a true suicidal rage in the kid as she's provoking you.
Say shut up. Close your left eye first.
Your field of view narrows. The branch
Okay.
slowly moves, becoming entirely two-dimensional. The metal buckle glimmers, catching the noon light as the corpse slowly rotates. The slow movement of the branch in the wind and your shoulders directing the gun sink up, dancing hypnotically.
Look, he's crying.
28%.
Cry now, fucking
Hand-eye coordination. Skill cap reached. Ah, fuck me. Really? Well. It's a red track, cannot be retried. Come on. Fuck. Damn. Ugh. Whoop. I fucked up.
A plume of smoke
I'll keep
erupts
going.
from the barrel.
I'm not gonna save scum it.
From the explosion. You
I
missed
tried.
the belt, but hit the corpse straight in the chest. Bits
Oh my god, he's gonna
Oof.
fucking cry. I knew it. What a mulkum.
You start crying, you're sensitive. No. But
It feels dry. Nothing comes out of you as you stretch and bend your face into a crying shape.
I
You're
can't even
too
cry.
furious
I'm
to
not
cry.
throwing the gun.
The lieutenant watches you jerk some tears, your shoulders shaking and your eyes dry.
Oh.
The gun begins to slip
Good
from
God,
your
I'm so
fingers.
pathetic. I really did pick the sorry cop. Oh my god, am I gonna
The
die?
lieutenant gently picks his gun from your hand and holsters it.
We still need to get him down somehow.
But how?
Bad way. The way I didn't want us to.
Which personality did you choose at the start? Taking
They
psychic
have the
damage,
choice,
right?
man. If they put him
Um,
up there, they can take him down too.
Let's see. Hang on. I got the Hobocop thing that I'll have to check after. I picked 5 intellect, 5 psych, 1 physique, 1 motoristics. That's why I wound up dying of the heart attack when I was trying to get the tie down. So I find this one interesting because I think when I did it before, I had something similar. So I was curious to see with all the added content what other stuff you could get. Because I think it comes with like the most interesting things when you have these ones, even if you can technically do more with the motoristics and stuff. So, how do we
From
get
the
inside the
gates,
harbor?
By negotiating or fighting. I'm unenthusiastic about fighting. Or we can try to find some secret third path. It's unlikely though.
To the gates. Let's negotiate.
Let's get to it then. Okay. Hobocop.
Technically, you wouldn't be a cop anymore, but a hobo. That would mean game over for the cop chapter of your adventures. But
Yes,
who
that
knows
art,
where the
right?
hobo part
Like,
takes
it's
you?
so good.
To the bar, the old L'Assommoir, to the pier or the sewers, to Le Royaume, where for 300 years they interred the dead. You could plunder royalist crypts.
Did you just spoil the ending, or can I just die of a heart attack randomly? I didn't spoil the ending, so there are quite a few endings for this game. Technically I spoiled a ending, but it's not the ending of the game. So the way that the game works is, because it's like based on D&D and everything's based on dice rolls, you can fail a check. So the thing is that when you choose what I did in particular, hang on, okay. When you choose what I did in particular with this, so because I have one physique and one motoristics, it means that I only have one health. So the thing is when I reached up for the tie, I lost health because I forgot to turn off the fan, and because my thing was so low and it failed, it damaged me and killed me. So technically you could die a couple of different ways in the game. That's just one of them. A heart attack can strike at any time. Kind of, yeah. Like, I'm in very poor shape. This character's in very poor shape. So, curious if I can recognize that this is here. No. It's a white check, though.
Because
Nope.
its rhythmic pattern calms your mind. Mammals like this stuff.
Okay.
No, there's more to this. You get this strange feeling.
What
Hard
feeling?
to say. It's gone now. Feelings pass, you see.
Oh, okay.
Especially the
Yeah.
small ones.
Cool. I think I'm gonna stop and call it good here for the night. I played it back in January of 2020. Yep. His shell of a body is propped up by Dicula and broken dreams. That's a good one. I think I'm gonna call it good for the night. I think it's a good stopping point that I have to go infiltrate the harbor. So, because my throat's starting to hurt and I'm getting a little tired. So, but thank you for coming by and hanging out. So, thank you for the stream. Thank you for coming by. If you have any recommendations on if you want to raid somebody, cool. If not, then feel free to, I could just end it. So, because we don't have very many people here. So, mute that. So, because there are quite a few people on that I could just like throw everything into. So, Dama's on. Oh, is Dama on? Let's return the favor then. Bye, Volcells. It's been really good having you. Let's return the favor, even if it's not very many people. So, thanks for hanging out. I'll play this again on next Wednesday. Friday, it's going to be back to God of War. So, thanks again, and have a wonderful night. Bye.